Well, hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hey, Church, Polish, Tasha, Just the Mom, Batgirl, Summy, Jason. It's good to see everybody. Pristine, Generally Jenny, Ella Bella. I hope you're all having a good weekend. I came across some craziness last night, and I need you all to see this and tell me what you think. Um, whew. And then I'm going to share an experience, a personal experience similar that I had of my own. But I'll wait for a few of you to come in. Um, hey, Gary. So there's also a few other things we are going to touch on because I don't know if there was like a dose of audacity with the lacking of a mirror that was given lately, but people are out here really, really trying it. Hey, Roses are red, Miss Liverbird, Catherine. They are trying it, and I'm done. Is it really a full moon? Because I am not in the mood for it. Um, I'm feeling the full moon too. How about that? You know what I mean? That's where I'm at with it. I am so tired of being somebody's scapegoat, somebody's daily content, their leverage to fit in places. I am done being that. I am literally going to lay it all out on the table and leave it there because that's where I'm at with it. Thank you, Cowboy. Hey, Teresa. Um, yeah, and guess what, Cowboy? I did it without exploiting people's tragedy, especially children. It's pretty amazing. So, yeah, I think so, Christine. I think a lot of us are done. Um, I've kind of sat back, I've let it ride for a while, and I think I'm at the point where well, we're just going to confront it head on. And some of you may leave not liking me, and some of you may join liking me. I don't know. We'll find out, but that's where I'm at with it. So we'll save that one for later. Hey, Julie's, depending, how my home life is going. If my son goes on his play date, then yeah, we'll be live later today. If not, I'll do what I do every weekend, which is spend the time with my children. Yeah. Hey, Zane. Good morning. Oh, and that's the other thing. We're gonna have to confront that as well, Gary. Hey, Megan. I'm fighting migraines. So I'll be in and out until I get it down. Oh, migraines are the worst. I hope you get it down. Hey, Kels Bells. Um, I guess we'll wait till my next stream to confront that one. But some of you may notice. I'll wait for it. Hey, Crime Brulee. I know we never do a Saturday. Try carefully, Cray Cray. Hey, Pickle Lover. Unfortunately, having a conflict of management, so I haven't been posting much. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope it gets better for you. Pickle Lover in the morning. Hey, TJ. It's good to see you. Though I don't listen or watch any of them, I do know enough is enough. For fuck's sake, they seriously need to stop and get a life. Loki's mom. Let me tell you. You know how I guess I'll just confront this right now because I know you're listening and I'm gonna confront it later with actual receipts on it. But you know how I've said to you guys before, hey titanium, I said tatium. There are certain people that want more of you than you're willing to give. There are certain people that are very needy and entitled to your time. And if you can't match the attention they need, they often will, kind of switch it to act like you've done something horrible to them. So the past few days, I noticed that Miss Connie, who I've been way too kind to, very kind to, well, church, if the shoe fits, lace that bitch up. And man, sure. I don't know if she could bend over to lace it, but she sure as hell felt like it fit. So I noticed Connie was over at Brittany's, and I didn't say nothing. I mean, she can go where she wants. She's a grown ass woman. I've always been sympathetic towards Connie. She's rather, you know, uh, she's older, she's lonely, whatever. There's many reasons. But last night, Connie said some things about me that weren't very true, and I confronted Connie over them, and I'll show you all. But she was making these statements that weren't nice. They were very rude. They were untrue. And she said she wasted 18 months on a certain creator that she'll never get back. Um, Connie, with a move in chat, would throw a fit if she wasn't acknowledged. Connie wanted my personal phone number. I did not want to give it to her. Connie wanted to be inside my Discord, which I've made very clear it is not a mod Discord. It is a handful of women. That's it. It is a handful of women that are all together in a chat. We've been together for years. Our motto is no new friends. And I made that very clear to Connie and was very apologetic about it, told her it's nothing personal, but obviously she took it personally. Um, like even that day, Gary, she was fighting with Pristine because she wanted in the Discord, and Pristine tried telling her it's not the Discord you think it is. But with people like Connie, you get prepared for things like this. She came to me from Brittany, bashing the fuck out of Brittany. So I should have expected that to come, but I did go ahead. Exactly, TJ Jerk. Exactly. It's not even a Discord. It's not an open Discord. It's like 5 of us ladies that have been together for years. That's all. Right. So you saw it too, Laura. She was very needy. Would literally be like, "Am I blocked? Hi, Jess. Hi, Jess. Hi, Jess." And it's like I said hi to her, so whatever. So I'm just gonna say this: no takebacks. You can keep it. But Connie, don't you dare go out here and act like I was anything but kind to you, because I bent over backwards to be kind to you. And the fact that Brittany is highlighting Connie's comments as if they validate anything. Don't forget, just a week ago, she was trashing you, sweetheart. Okay. Matter of fact, let me show you guys an example of why Connie's really mad, because I de-wrenched Connie on my backup channel after I saw her over in Brittany's. Obviously, if somebody's over there and they are disparaging me, my family, my children, nothing's off limits, and you're a moderator of mine and you're over there, I am going to de-wrench you. So Connie came in at the end of my chat the other day, which was on my backup channel a day ago, and said hi. And she ironically came in right after I removed her wrench and mentioned that I'd be removing wrenches. Hey, Roddy. So she comments, says I have a membership till March 16th. Guess not. So to Connie, that was something I did. And it's like, no, you're on my backup channel and I have no control over your memberships. So just a day ago, Connie was over supporting me. And less than 6 hours later, she's in a chat box acting like I treated her horribly. So my advice to everybody is to watch out for the Connies. I'm sorry that I do not want to give out my personal phone number. I am sorry that I don't want to um, be on a more personal level with you, but I'm glad I wasn't, because look what you did to me. I can only imagine if I had opened up and confided things in Connie, what I'd be dealing with right now. So I'm glad that I protected myself, because you, Connie, are quite frankly a piece of shit. I felt sympathetic towards you. I was very kind to you. And yeah, that just, all that just blows my, whatever. So that's it, Connie. I did message Connie in Discord to confront her, and I will show all of you that later. Yes, my backup channel. You're welcome to check it out here if you haven't. Thank you so much, TJ Jerk. Oh my God. I was telling my personal Discord of a handful of ladies how that night after my stream, the things that the jerks were saying and the way the chat was complimenting me was so well needed. Like it was, I needed it. It was amazing. It was beautiful, and I appreciate that sincerely. I was in a bush last night because the creator usually watches not on. I'm sorry, Jess. Connie's kiss. I know she was. That's why I'm confronting her. Hey, Lenny. That's why I'm confronting her. Yeah. But I'm glad I didn't open up to her, Roddy. That's a bummer, but I still think you have the best mods around. I do, Crime Brulee. I have an amazing, my mods have been with me for well over a year, 2 years, some even 3. And that's what she would throw a fit, saying I thought you said you didn't have a Discord. Connie, it's not a public Discord. Then I did tell Connie that I would make a public Discord to appease her. And quite frankly, I'll just be honest, nobody wanted me to. So I'm sorry with them. Just leave these YouTube. Right. But why run back to the place where you trashed for 2 years? And you know what? You're desperate to accept that person back. But we'll cover all of that. We'll cover all of that. Yeah, I've proven time and time again, Batgirl, that these people that act like I'm so horrible to them, I actually have gone out of my way to be beyond kind to her. Um, I was, church. I was. Happy birthday! Oh, that is awesome. Happy birthday. So, on to the topic at hand. I was scrolling, apparently I spent too much time on YouTube yesterday because people are, gatekeeping my time spent. As listen, my kids are teenagers, and I've done my thing. And on a Friday night, if I have some free time, I like to put on, and often I'll have, as many of you will have, sound in the background, and I'm cooking and I'm doing my thing, and that's what I was doing during the stream. If you didn't watch it, 1010 recommend you go check it out. It was a fantastic um stream, and apparently somebody took it very personal, which I wonder why. But yeah, so if you didn't see my community post, you can check it out. It was nice. There were some creators in there that I haven't seen in years, and we all came together under the common bond that if you were asking your subscribers to meet financial goals while covering true crime cases, you are a tragedy. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself. Because we're gonna have an entire stream dedicated to you, Boo. They act like you couldn't be. I mean, I even admittedly said I was in and out of chat. Mr. Beast came out with these new chocolate bars. Apparently, he wants to take over like the chocolate industry, and my son's been going nuts looking for them. Walmart said they had them, they didn't. So we went on a run. We finally found them at Target. We had a great time at Target. We bought the different candy bars. We bought his old candy bars. We compared them. We sat down. It was fun. We had some kind of price going. It was really nice. If you can get an 11-year-old boy to spend time with you in any format, take it. Take it. Because I can only imagine there's only about a year left before he's completely embarrassed of me. So yeah, I told the chat I was on the hunt for Mr. Beast bars. I told them when I came back. I told Hakab, Party of Six, that they were actually pretty good, whatever. But it was weird that how would you know how long I was in somebody's stream unless you were in somebody's stream? You know what I'm saying? So it's funny when people want to clock how long you're on YouTube when they are actually on YouTube. I'll tell you, Tracy, Target had them, and they're not bad. They're not bad. They're a little small. But they're not bad. I don't know. They're pretty good. They're better than their old ones, and I do prefer their crunch. The chocolate crunch was really good. But man, it reminded me of the Prime days. I ran around with my head chopped off looking for the Prime. Hey, Lady V. Um, Lord have mercy. So yeah, it was fun though. It was fun because the excitement on this kid's face for a $2 candy bar made it all worth it. I would have drove 1,000 miles to find it. There's always time. Right, exactly, Lisa. Take advantage of them while you can. Like if they want to love on you, if they want to be with you, even if they're the only way they're with you is if, you're buying them something they want. A $2 candy bar made that kid ecstatic. He was thrilled. Lisa, my daughter's 17 as well. So yeah, it was a really good time. We had a good time. So hey, the Wandering Sub. Man, I'm not much of a fan of Tarche. Oh, and then we got Starbucks, and it was funny. We had a good time. That's all. So yeah, while I was listening to Deets and I was interactive, I was still active in my personal life. And by stating that people who were on, you were insulting like 90% of your audience, because if you don't think the chatters go from one chat to the next while they're doing their daily day, you're mistaken. But I digress. That's all here or nor there. We will confront all of that later, head on, because I've had enough. Right? If our kids are willing to be seen in public with us. Well, it was so funny because my son actually kind of tripped on the curb. He was all excited. And I did whoa. like that. And he was so mad at me. He's like, well, and I'm like, what? Whatever. So he's at that stage where he's like, I'll be with you if you're getting me what I want. But other than that, I'm not really chilling with you, mom. But no, every Sunday we do family time. We do bowling. We do board games. We do whatever we can to spend time together. My wonderful friend and moderator Jill gave us a year supply of those candy boxes from around the world, the snack boxes. And we just got a new one the other day. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow, where you try a different food and you, whatever, you get it. So yeah, I spend a lot of time with my children. I don't appreciate anybody uh, judging me, my time spent, or anything when you have no idea. That's all. Hey, New Jersey, Robin, good to see you. Truth and Justice. Well, hello, Winnie. So has anybody heard of this guy? Well, let me tell you. Again, here's my backup channel if you'd like to join. I usually confront the weirdos I don't want to advertise over here, over there. Hey, Earth. Really close to both my girls, 25 and 19. I agree, Parody. I agree. You know what? I just said this the other day to a friend. I was sitting here thinking, like, man, I can't wait for the summer. I am a seasonal depression person. Up and down weather really gets to me, and I love the summertime. It is when I am my happiest, right? But with that, with the wanting of the summertime, I realized I'm also like wanting to fast forward time, and there's only so much time we have with our children, and I get so like emotionally sobby with that. You know what I mean? Like, man, my daughter's going to be 18 this July. My son's going to be 12. What do you do with that? You know what I mean? Like what I don't like can't we just freeze time? It truly gives me anxiety. It makes me sad, it makes me mushy, it makes me all the things. And then I feel guilty for what in winter to go by because I'm reminded that there's only so many winters as them as children. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to explain it, but let me stop being sobby and all the things. I'm very fortunate to have healthy, happy, beautiful children. I cannot believe that a grown ass 40 something year old woman had the nerve to call my teenage daughter ugly. No, actually, I appreciate the compliment, but I was 18. I was 18 when I had her. I was pregnant at 17. 12, 18, and 10-year-old. We had kids at the same time. Oh my goodness. That is me and Tracy have the same names for our kids. Is that, yeah, wishing life away is true. It's true. It makes me feel so guilty. One is turning 18, other 21, youngest 13. It does fly by too soon. It really does. That's why I don't understand when, like, if you have young children, why would you prefer to spend majority of your time on YouTube? Do you know how quick the time goes by? Do you know how crucial these years are for them? Do you know the impact you have on your, you know, those, oh my gosh. You're really molding their future throughout these years. I don't think people get it. I don't think I think more people find their kids to be a nuisance and an annoyance and a background noise instead of what they are, which is your future. Your uh and you know what else while I'm on this little kick right now? I just want to bring up the fact that there are many true crime creators, so-called true crime creators that claim to love these children. I love Summer Wells. Oh, I love Audrey. Oh, you get my gist. They love these missing children. They just want justice for them, but they're not even active in their own children's lives. You know what I mean? We're supposed to believe that you have this utmost love and respect for the children of the world, but not your own blood and flesh. Miss me with that shit. Scabies, church, scabies. Skaby somehow, I guess, had a photo of my child, my daughter. It had to be when she was 15, and caught her and said like how she's not even pretty. A 15-year-old. Do you know 15-year-olds go through a lot of transitions and everything, but you've got to be a really insecure grown woman and a hateful woman to call a child you don't know. And my daughter is beautiful, and I'm not just saying that because she's my child. My daughter is she's a very beautiful girl. Um, she's very beautiful. She's well kept. She's prideful in the way she looks. She's a beautiful girl. And even if she weren't, she's my girl. And yeah, your own. I could be mean and talk about her own adult children or what her children look like as teenagers, but I'll digress. And I'll just say you have to be a really insecure adult to judge the looks of a teenage child. Oh, I'm considering the source Loki's mom. I know that Alexis is a beautiful girl. Could be considered associating with their kids. Wait, can you elaborate? Using a kid for sympathy and cash donations could be considered associating with their kids. I don't know what that means, but oh, she's a very pretty girl. She's a very beautiful girl. I'm very proud of her. And listen, even if my child was ugly, I'll be the first to admit teenagers go through funny stages. You guys all know that stage. Let's be honest. You all know that stage where they're before they're a teenager, the pre-teenagers, and they start to get a little goofy looking. I mean, let's just be honest here. But when it comes to my children, I've been very blessed to have beautiful kids. And I think it's crazy that a grown adult would state otherwise about a child. Um, I've shared on my members only photos of my daughter before because I had a fallout with a lady who was threatening, was putting out all my private messages and everything, and I wasn't going to give her the power to blackmail me with my children's photos. The awkward stage, right? Look back at our own photos, how goofy looking we were as teenagers. Thank you, Roddy. You're really beautiful too. It was such a blessing to meet you. Ears of Dr. Spock when he was younger. Yeah, Jace looked like a little monkey. I agree, Lenny. It is beyond vile. It is. I just, hey, Grandma Sherry. I disagree with going after kids too, church, but so some of these people do out here, and yeah, bless them is what I can say. The day you catch me calling a teenage or a child ugly, and again, I could be really petty and show you their own child, but I won't. I was handsome as fuck when I was a teenager. I bet you were. I bet you were. I bet you didn't go through a goofy stage at all. That would be impossible. Let me show you all my beautiful daughter. Look at that girl. There is nothing ugly about her. She is beautiful. She has a beautiful heart. She's gone through a whirlwind of things at such a young age. She makes me proud every day. She graduated early from her class. She is she's everything I wasn't as a teenager, and I am very proud of her. Very proud of her. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how you call this beautiful girl ugly, but I think you have to have an ugly soul to do that. And listen, we've dealt with people like her in our entire lives. Um, the mean girls that are jealous or they're hateful or spiteful for whatever reason, and they want to nitpick. And yeah, my daughter's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So, and I will take all the lovely compliments in the chat. Thank you guys so much. She is my twin. My son is 18 and clumsy. We just took Winnie for a walk, and my son has fell over and fell in the muddiest part of the. Oh my goodness! It has to be Georgia. It has to be. Thank you guys. I do appreciate that. And I got my daughter's permission. She does, yeah, Kate. She does. She was wearing the fake lashes or whatever. Um, I asked her permission, and she chose which photo. So, you know, I didn't tell her why. Obviously, I'm not going to tell her as some grown adult on the internet called her ugly. Um, but I just said, "Hey, do you mind if I share a photo of you?" And she said, "Yeah, of course." And she said, "Make sure it's a good one, Mom." Oh, I am the clumsy one. Oh my goodness. Does she? How old is your daughter now, Tracy? I think because I know they're a little bit similar in age. Peace May was with Scotty. I don't think these people watch before they speak. I think they get like information from others and then they turn around and they run with it without checking for themselves. I have never make peace with somebody who oh, so right around the same age. Yep. So mine are 17 and 11. I would never make peace with somebody who exploited my family. She doesn't need to hear that. Oh, agree. My son is like his dad, tall and very skinny. How much you want to bet there's going to be audit accounts later of my daughter because that's how sick this community is. We can't just like share our children and be proud. You know what I mean? Without some creep out there taking that and using it for nefarious reasons. Really a shame because I am proud of both my kids and I'd love to show them off. My opinion on which photos of me she shows people. She showed my ex girlfriend's baby pics of me on the toilet. I got the cutest baby pics. Nowadays, people would be like, "Oh my god, it's CP." No, no peace with me. Thank you, Lady V. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Um, beauty begets beauty. Yeah, that's a tongue twister. All right, so yeah, Roddy has triplets. She has beautiful children as well. Anyone who shows being dangerous that way has no business my life or orbit. Facts. I love my children and grandchildren, but I do not put any photos on Facebook. It's sad that you can't, New Jersey Robin. Also, to call a child sus and hoes are not child advocates. They are predators. I agree. I agree. It is a shame that there's too many awful people. It is a shame that we can't, whatever, whatever. I'm sure there's some asshole out there that's going to do something gross with it. I actually did just print photos, but I normally don't. Imagine being a whole ass adult trying to insult a teenage girl's looks. Yes, the level of ugly and secure that would take is beyond me. I couldn't agree more. Thank you. Thank you, Father Snugs. Thank you. Hey, Lily. My daughter has some hassle at college. She's gained height, lost her puppy fat. See the goofy stage. Boys are some girls and boys are being really bitchy. It's a shame that people don't outgrow that. You know, I had to shut down my Facebook as well, but I just have it shut down, not delete it. Good things here. Thank you so much, TJ. I'm trying. I'm trying. Yes, that's right, Mander. You do as well. Kids should be off limits. They should. I have twin nephews who just turned 22. 22. Oh my God, where did time go? I know. Puppy fat. Puppy love and puppy fat. All right, we're going to get to the topic at hand. If you guys just give me one moment. Oh, I agree. Oh, Snap Ginger. Unfortunately, my daughter's photos have been rotating without my knowledge for quite a while now. So it's not like photos haven't been seen. Um, if my child's photo was never seen at all, that'd be one thing. But she was doxxed on 3 channels already, and the photo It's not a very flattering one. So she was quite okay with uh having this photo shown. So her, yeah, her hair's dyed. She doesn't have natural blonde hair. It's actually, she actually had a beautiful like strawberry blondish red. Very nice compliment of her when I told her. Oh, thank you, Jason. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame, but it's even more a shame when somebody took that from you. Well, Haught and Haley, what blows my mind is people again that claim to care about children that they don't even know, but then saying things like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. If you're a creator and you have a Facebook, you better go ahead and remove it because it will be invaded in every aspect. So, thank you, New Jersey Robin. It's all right. It's all right. YouTube is a learning curve, and I had to learn a really hard lesson. I agree, Lenny. Oh my gosh, if I could show you a baby photo of her, she had just the gorgeous hair. Hey, Just Shake. Headed off to baseball tournament for grandson. Oh, I hope they win. Have fun. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and we'll get to the topic. Hey, Lori, YouTube is a cesspool. It is. Would trigger a certain creator who couldn't have predicted that one. I agree. I can't remove mine because my deceased mama. When my grandmother died, I actually, ironically and stupidly, trusted Angela, and I had to wait until I felt like those who were digging through my Facebook wouldn't be expecting it to be reactivated. And I asked her to help me go in and get photos of my grandmother for her funeral. What a regret that was. When you think you could trust somebody, man, you trust them in such a vulnerable state. I'm sorry, Mander, I get it. Hey, Bob. Okay, so let's carry on. That was just a little small. We took a little detour to Hater Lane. Let's get out of Hater Lane. Exactly, honey tea, which is why I made a point to mention that my daughter is a very good girl for everything that kid has gone through in her short years. Man, if you only know. She's the only reason all I do is get an influx of viewers. Women are hateful as hell. Damn. I don't know why it's so hard to keep each other and leave kids out of it. People can't possibly act like this out in the real world. I agree. I agree. You know what I love though? And I guess in a way I kind of just did it myself, so I'm a bit hypocritical saying this. But I love when people say things like, "Oh, my children are being attacked," and and then they go and they post photos of their children. And it's like, well, if your children were being attacked, why would you post photos? Now again, my child's photo was already rotating without my without my doing. I didn't put that photo out there into rotation. Two photos. One of her in a bathing suit, disgustingly enough, and then the one that the creators doxed the other day where I had to jump through hoops to prove that it was her in hopes that they would remove it. Um, so yes, as the mother, I am going to take control and I'm going to show you myself, my daughter, and that's it. Do what you do with it. We don't care. If you're in the bushes, that roly poly grandbaby is stunning. Right. Like the way she showed that baby. My gosh. And it's a shame that anybody would take that and turn that to a negative, which did happen. That is creepy, isn't it? Yeah. Very creepy. Scabies, Trisha, Angela, Sally. They're the ones I know of that shared it. Photos of my daughter because people want to call kids teenagers. My 6-year-old studying criminology. No shit. Boom, Lenny. Talking about predators. So, oh, my ovaries were like screaming, screaming. I was like, no, take that baby down. I can't handle it. He was gorgeous. So last night, after I apparently spent 8 hours in D stream, I came across the most random thing. Now I'm going to play this video and then I want all of your opinions on it. And then I'm going to share my own personal experience with something similar and tell me what you think of this. And you hate watchers, you can leave now. We're done with you. Bye-bye. Have a great Saturday. Hug your loved ones. Don't worry about mines. All right. DEA task force planting evidence. What kind of evidence, you may ask? Child prone. Okay, child prone. Do you think the DEA would randomly pick somebody for child prone? No, you understood correctly, Zan. Hey, Jenny. Well, Jen, I'm sorry. Hey, Mr. Nobody. You can tell Jason's been with me for a long time when he
Following videos were filmed on November 17th, 2022, the same day that a DEA-led task force tried to plant fabricated evidence on me outside my storage unit in Hollywood. Just weeks earlier, on October 14th, I was arrested at my house in Hollywood by cops from Ventura County. They didn't find anything at all when they executed their search warrant, nothing incriminating whatsoever. Despite this, they took me to Ventura County Jail. I was booked and posted bond.
Okay, so they had a search warrant. So I know that when it comes to child prone, usually the FBI will do like a stakeout and then they do the the search warrant. Something gave them a search warrant. He's claiming they found nothing. Okay.
Bond immediately. I called the bondsman. My bond was set at $50,000, so I transferred $5,000 from my debit cards to them. And
these are his timestamps for the video. Beaten and nearly framed, my snitch friend. Okay.
I was released from jail just hours later. When I got home, I noticed that my MacBook and camera were left undisturbed on the bedroom floor. Even though the search warrant allowed them to take all of our devices, they left those things undisturbed. In hindsight, this is probably because they were more useful as far as spying on us than anything else. And my MacBook was already full of spyware, which...
Okay. So he's claiming they left it to spy on him. So he has a conversation over here and it says, he's saying, and also, don't you think that from a logical perspective, with all the spyware you put on my laptops, that if I did have sexual explicit images of children on my computers, they would have simply seized them when they served a search warrant on my house? Spyware? Ah, you mean free programs. Ha ha. Laugh loud. And the SSD with the other free programs? We literally formatted SSD with you. How it could have any shit on it. No, I know, because it had all that weird stuff already on it. All that code and free programs. Then this person says it's not that hard to look up what kind of. So he's claiming that the child P was planted on him. Okay.
Police informant had put on the computer, so they knew that there was nothing of value to them and that seizing it wouldn't do them any good. When we left our house the following day, we found ourselves being stalked and harassed by droves of undercover and plainclothes police. As soon as we walked out the front door of our house, we were confronted by a plainclothes cop who was sitting in his car, flipping us off and filming us with his cell phone. And he proceeded to follow us down the street, and then other cops took over for him, and they would just basically drive around us in circles and stalk us everywhere we went. They weren't discreetly surveilling us from a van somewhere to gather intelligence. They were trying to harass us and put pressure on us. One of the cars that they used to do this was a Tesla that had a vanity plate that said surveillance on it. They had a never-ending fleet of unmarked or undercover police vehicles. They started following us everywhere we went, 24/7. They would try to entrap us sometimes dozens of times a day.
Okay. So they're undercover all over the town. They're trying to trap them. You guys get the gist. I'm pausing for fair use. Just wait. It picks up generally, Jenny. It picks up.
Do I want to buy Fetty? What? What?
Why are you recording me?
Why not?
What do you mean, why not?
Why not, bro?
Why are you recording me, bro?
Bro, why are you asking me if I want to buy Fetty? What?
I'm asking you do Fetty, that's why.
Nah, dude. Don't.
So you have the right to record me?
Yeah, fucking do.
They would try all sorts of ridiculous...
So he's claiming that is actually an undercover agent, okay?
schemes to lure me into some kind of drug transaction and entrap me in some way. And none of them worked. So they started trying to plant evidence on me. On October 23rd, my MacBook was stolen off of my person along with my backpack, wallet, cash, and some other items in Venice Beach. At the time, I didn't think law enforcement would ever do something like that. In fact, this is a flyer I made that I put up around the neighborhood that it was stolen in, offering a no questions asked reward for my MacBook. At the time it was stolen, I had just changed all my passwords after being arrested, and they were written on a post-it note and stuck to my MacBook's keyboard, giving whoever stole it full access to my computer and all of my accounts, everything like that. On November 16th, we were being stalked extremely aggressively by local and federal cops. We had moved all of our things into a storage unit in Hollywood because after I had been arrested, we were evicted from the house we were living in for several years. What did the
Okay. Okay. Tis the question, right? Why? Why would they do all of this though, right? Why? Who is he that they do this? What is like is this guy like, Jeffrey Epstein type of guy? Like who is he that they would do this? FBI had to take my computer because my brother was living with us. Last time he was living in a tent, so they found him easily and drug all 425 pounds of him naked out of the tent. I have no contact. Wow.
EA's plan was they wanted us to believe that our storage unit was being robbed or burglarized. On the 16th, they used a car with a vanity plate that said COVID on it. On the 17th, they had some undercover cops stage a burglary in front of us. And then they had another undercover cop approach us and, tell us that all of his shit had been stolen from his storage unit, whatever.
Hey, man, did y'all see somebody with a Santa Claus blanket with a cart with a bunch of shit on it? Took a lot.
Okay, so for context, this guy is claiming that this guy here approaching him is an undercover agent. Okay? Angie Ray, I would love for you to talk about it. I'll drop the link in a little bit if you'd like, if you're here. So he's an agent too.
Out of my stuff, all my leather shit, took a lot of shit.
That probably means they've taken a lot of our shit, right?
Huh? What you mean I'm a cop? I'm a father. If I was the police, I would have came up and told you. That's what they're supposed to do.
And then they had the Ventura County deputy in the parking lot of my storage unit beat me up for filming him.
I'm gonna bust you upside your head, homie. Get your fucking phone off me, man. Get the fuck away from me, bro. Hey, bro, get the fuck away. Did you hear me? Yo.
Well, because it's not normal for people to get tired of people having a camera in their face, right? No, it couldn't just be why this guy's like annoyed that you're following him around town saying he's an undercover agent, No.
Get your phone off me!
And then he, I guess, got the green light. He waited 20 minutes for his confidential informant to arrive. And then he grabbed the backpack from underneath the bush in front of Extra Space. Inside the backpack, unbeknownst to me at the time, was my laptop. It was set up in his backpack so that it was literally sticking out of the bag that he grabbed. And then he led us down Vine Street to a group of uniformed LAPD cops who weren't wearing their body cameras. They took them off just for the occasion. We told them that we had just been assaulted by this guy who I knew at the time was an undercover cop, but I wasn't sure how they were trying to set me up. And immediately they started questioning him, saying, "Oh, what is that, your laptop or is that your backpack? Well, we need to verify that it's yours." And they were asking him to verify that it was his. All the while, my snitch friend is telling me, "That's your laptop. That's your laptop, dude."
You have looks like another backpack.
Is it your computer?
What? They both of mine.
Is it your computer?
Hey, we're gonna look at it. We verify it's yours. We'll give it back.
I'm telling you it's mine.
Sir, I'm telling you it's
Okay, now, here's a question for all of you. This guy you see here, later on, he is going to show a closer up of this guy's face. You tell me if it's, well, actually, he does it here. So where are we at? 523. Let me go back here.
What you mean I'm a cop?
Is that the same guy?
I'm a father.
Is this the same guy that we see at 523? In your opinion? Trying to get, so that, are they even the same men to you? I agree, AT. That's exactly what I said. It's not even the same guy, right? No, it's not. Okay, we're making sure you're all with me there.
Is this your computer? What? They both of mine. Is it your computer?
They do, because they're all undercover agents to the dude.
I'm telling you it's mine. Sir, I'm telling you it's mine. He assaulted us. We have it on video.
Just step back and give me a little bit of space, okay?
I had no idea that it was my MacBook until I was reviewing the footage the day after, and I checked my Apple IDs, find my app, and sure enough, it was my fucking laptop. At first, when I had heard...
Now, don't forget, he was at the same location. So for him to go back to that night and look at the location, he was at that location, right? So maybe the laptop showed it was there because you were there, you know? Hey, Jor. It was a last minute plan.
heard all of this, I thought that they were trying to plant drugs on me somehow. Like, I thought there would be a bunch of drugs in his bag, and since they had my wallet and my driver's license and whatever, they would, try to say that all the contents inside of the bag were mine. But while I was speculating as to what they could have been up to with a police informant, she blurted out in an
So she's also a police informant. Lauren is also a police informant.
accusatory way that there was child porn on my MacBook. And at the time, it went right over my head. But then the same thing happened.
Somebody blurted out that there was child porn on his laptop, but it went over his head. Can you imagine letting an allegation like that just over your head? What?
Happened with an undercover cop weeks later. And, then I started to think about it a little bit. And it wasn't until December 13th, we had gone to the Office of the Inspector General in downtown Los Angeles to file a complaint about all the police misconduct we'd been experiencing. And the police retaliated by planting evidence on us again. This time they left a box of fabricated evidence right by where they knew we'd be charging our phones, over by Universal Station. And inside the box, one of the more sinister looking items was a flash drive with its USB port broken off of it. When somebody saw my video and informed us that they had put a flash drive in there with its USB port broken off of it, I immediately knew, wow, they tried to plant child porn on me. And
So they knew where he be charging his stuff, and they just happened to leave the broken. I mean, come on, really? I listen, and I know, I'm with you, Cheese. I'm with you, Feather Snuggles. I know they do some shit like that, but you got to wonder why this guy, and why even touch the box, why take pictures of it, why even acknowledge it, right? OG London.
It kind of makes sense because child porn is a federal crime. I guess it's a lot easier to throw a flash drive on somebody and bring federal charges on them than it is to do, real police work. The group within the DEA that was responsible for all this is the DEA's Special Operations Division.
So what you have to ask yourself now is, why this guy? Why him? Out of all people would they do this to? Right?
They're known for setting up elaborate ruses in order to violate people's constitutional rights or get around probable cause. They actually use Darth Vader as a kind of symbol or a mascot, I guess. And they literally refer to themselves as the dark side or the evil DEA. And that's because of a process they call parallel construction, in which they...
Did you see that leap he just made? Medical marijuana lover, the evil dead, the evil DEA. What? Like, what a jump. What a jump he has taken.
Or the evil DEA. And that's because of a process they call parallel construction, in which they have to rediscover evidence because a lot of it comes from illegal NSA wiretaps.
NSA, National Security Agency, Darth Vader, DEA, Fred is fed. This guy is seeing symbols everywhere. And I'm going to get to a personal experience, and I think you might understand it then.
And since they can't, bring that evidence to court because it's illegal, they have to rediscover it, which usually they use like a local cop to figure out a way to turn a stop into a search, then discover, whatever drugs they were trafficking or whatever. Trevor Arrington has a great article on them called Welcome to Law Enforcement's Dark Side: Secret Evidence, Illegal Searches, and Dubious Traffic Stops. And in this article, he details a situation.
I have experienced police corruption. I'm fully aware of how the police are corrupted, how they'll work with each other. I mean, I've experienced it on a very deep personal level. So there is no doubt in my mind that shit like this happens. But you got to get through this and ask yourselves why. Why? Is it really happening? Is it in his head? I don't know.
And which is very much like the elaborate ruse that the police set up in order to try to frame me. Here's an excerpt from the article. An egregious example of this law enforcement tactic occurred in 2004 when, through intercepted phone calls and their own subsequent surveillance, the DEA discovered that Ascension Alvarez Tejada was transporting drugs from Los Angeles to Washington State in his car. To search the vehicle without revealing the phone calls as their original source, DEA agents set up an elaborate ruse. Alvarez Tejada and his girlfriend were stopped at a traffic light. As the light turned green, the car in front of them started to move and then stopped quickly. Alvarez Tejada braked in time, but a truck rear-ended him. As Alvarez Tejada inspected the damage, police arrived and arrested the truck driver for drunken driving. Officers instructed Alvarez Tejada and his girlfriend to drive their car to a parking lot, leave the keys in the car, and sit in a police cruiser for processing. Just then, a car thief jumped into Alvarez Tejada's car and drove off. Police recovered the car, obtaining a search warrant, and found cocaine and methamphetamine inside. Other than Alvarez Tejada and his girlfriend, every person involved in this piece of theater was a DEA agent or local police officer. The person driving the car in front of Alvarez Tejada's, the drunk truck driver, even the supposed car thief. So yeah, I mean,
I saw this movie.
This is the kind of shit they like to do, and I'm sure it's a lot of fun for them. Also, thank you to everyone who subscribed this past couple of weeks. We've gone from 2,500 subscribers to we're coming up on 25,000. So it's really
And he's now at 52,000. 52,000.
amazing. We're really stoked and we really appreciate it. So yeah, please like, share, subscribe. And this is what it's like to be set up and nearly framed and beaten by a DEA-led task force.
So this is the beginning of the altercation he didn't show earlier, okay?
You see anyone leave with a dog at all? Okay.
He's got a good reason to be camera shy. He's a Ventura County cop that's part of a DEA task force, and he's going to try and plant my own MacBook on me. The same MacBook that was stolen off of my person weeks earlier while the police were stalking us across town in Venice Beach. This is my Apple ID's Find My app, placing my MacBook at extra space long after the theft occurred in Venice. The undercover cop is pretending to be a burglar who's robbing my storage unit, but because I was filming everything, he ends up beating me repeatedly. He then waits 20 minutes for his informant to arrive before grabbing my MacBook from underneath a bush in front of extra space and then leading us to a...
So now I want to point this out. So that person he showed as an informant was his friend, okay? But rewind this back and look. So this is his friend that he claims is an informant. Now look at that.
To arrive before grabbing my Mac.
He says that the guy grabs his MacBook from underneath the bush, right? Underneath the bush. Look again. He does not.
MacBook from underneath a bush in front of extra space.
He grabbed nothing. Both book bags are right here. He grabbed literally nothing.
20 minutes for his informant to arrive before grabbing my MacBook from underneath a bush in front of extra space and then leading us to a group of...
Did anybody see him grab anything? No.
Senior LAPD officers in Hollywood and Vine.
Sir, okay, I'm gonna ask you one more time and I'm gonna sock you in your face. Cut your fucking phone off of me.
Oh, look, it's Ilya. Luz and I are across the street from Extra Space, watching the parade of cops that were circling around us, when we noticed that my Ukrainian friend Ilya had arrived. Since my arrest a few weeks earlier, we had been learning that pretty much all of our friends were confidential informants that were working with the police.
All of his friends are informants that are working with the police. Okay, now for those of you who may have been believing him, just watch, because this is where it gets really weird.
Unfortunately, we'd soon find out that Ilya is also an informant.
Hey, I am problem. I am problem. Because they're fucking dollars for earbuds, you know what I mean? Fucking.
Like they're free gifting their money. Or do you think it's cop?
Look, this guy's a cop? In the wheelchair?
Well, they all are, yeah.
Theirs are like.
Why do you look different?
Look. Short. Why are they sneaking out? Why are they hiding away?
Flooz is watching the undercover cop that will beat me in an hour and try to plant evidence on me act shifty from behind the gated extra space as if he's a burglar.
There's something different about you.
I'm crazy.
Take off your beanie.
What
Let them listen to the earpiece. Why are y'all bundled up? It's not that cool. You're from Russia, Ukraine.
It's cold as fuck.
He looks different.
Why would we? I know, he does. Extensions. Yes. Come here. It's fake. Like, why is your hair all nicely done? Did they pay for that? That's so fucking weird, dude. Hair, makeup.
So what's up, dude?
How much are they paying you?
No, I'm just pushing shit and reselling this MacArthur part. That's how I make money.
Why would you say that though if there are cops all around us?
I don't give a fuck.
It's weird.
Because fucking like.
He looks oddly healthy, though.
Yeah, I know.
Because fucking I'm not hanging out with you and I sleep every day.
I'm sure. Because, yeah, Ksenia's.
So right there, he just said that they don't sleep at night. Hey, Rowdy, it's been a long time. Right there, this person just said, I look healthy because I'm sleeping at night because I'm not hanging out with you. Oh, I can't wait to tell you all. That just, all right. Let's go on, because this is the good part.
Real treat.
Why are you rolling up with an earbud in your ear, guy?
Where are they all going?
Because I fucking wanna listen to music.
You're so full of shit, dude. It's so sad. Like, we really liked you.
Dude,
Like, I really tried.
you
So nice
you
of
guys,
You're so shady.
you guys,
So
you guys weird if y'all think that I fucking.
Look at you. You're showing off all this new gear that you just.
New
used
gear,
before.
yeah. I fucking just walked out from Ross in that shit.
Okay.
Like, come on, like, fuck, this shit I found in the trash.
Make sure that's not from storage.
This shit I stole from fucking Dollar Tree.
And you said you just.
So, and look what I.
Well, the police have been going.
So they were claiming that that guy walking across the street is the undercover cop, the same black guy that they later show. I had a neighbor. It was a really sad story. She was diagnosed with breast cancer. She became really addicted to pain pills. And before you know it, she was doing meth. It was really sad. She got to the point where she told me that there were sharpshooters in the streetlights, that her father was speaking through to her deceased father, through the TV. She would grab a newspaper and throw it in my face and say, look, 13, I, J, da-da-da, it means blah, blah, blah. And it was out of this world, but to her, it was real. She thought her husband was killing her. You wouldn't believe the stuff that she would tell me, and she fully believed it. And it was because she was doing meth. Now, most people think of meth and they have a particular look of what a meth addict looks like. That's not necessarily true. This woman did not look like a meth addict. She looked like somebody struggling with cancer. I couldn't imagine if she had thousands, hundreds of people telling her she was right. She likely would have killed her family because she was that far gone in her own conspiracies and her own beliefs. She even jumped out of the car while it was moving because she thought her husband hired the sharpshooter inside the streetlight to kill her. It will absolutely have people this paranoid that everybody is an FBI agent.
Going into my storage unit illegally.
They're surrounding us too, as if we didn't notice.
Well, where are they?
Well, no, they're surrounding you.
Police have been going into my
So
storage.
this random guy walking, not in or out of his storage unit, but walking through the storage unit is also FBI. Everybody is FBI.
Unit illegally.
They're surrounding us too, as if we didn't notice.
Well, where are they?
Well, no, they're surrounding you while you're in there, as if you're doing something. It's like, hello, we are fucking homeless.
I'm homeless.
They've made fucking sure that. No. You just invited us to a pool party at your and Ksenia's place.
Yeah, Ksenia's place. Not my place.
Weird.
Well, it's just everywhere we go, people keep on getting me, or trying to get me to sell drugs to them as if I'm a drug dealer. Do I want to buy Fetty? It's very weird.
That guy wasn't trying to get him to buy, sell drugs to him. He was trying to get him to buy drugs. And that is very common for the location he is at. It's like me saying, if I walk down Kensington Ave, that somebody's going to ask me if I want heroin. Yeah, that's what the area is known for.
Show me his face.
No, they don't show their face. That's just it. Some do.
This just looks like a guy from fucking like
There's
Metro.
a band playing with sheriffs surrounding them on Vine, where they dropped my bus off. Not over here, where I was supposed to get off. They neglected to even let that stop beep. It would not hit request. And I turn around, and they're all just smiling at me.
So the police even got the bus to not respond to the stop call. That's how far this conspiracy goes. Isn't this insanity? I'm so curious what you all think by the end.
These are the same cops who will try and help plant evidence on me in just a few hours. The day before, I had tried busing at the same exact spot to make us some extra money, and I'm sure they thought it would be funny to put on a show of their own. But I love when you Well, where's tonight's parade going, guys? Where are we going?
Not really anything.
Can I see your phone, Ilya?
Fucking do whatever.
What is that?
Huh? The fucking fisheye for the phone.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know, like that I can see better, you know? Oh, that's a top too.
Almost definitely. This is another undercover cop. He's going to try to make us believe that burglars are robbing our storage units, but they're actually just the police. My girlfriend has a storage locker at the Extra Space location that's on the other side of the block, but it's totally separate from the one we're in front of right now.
Hey, man, did y'all see somebody with a Santa Claus blanket with a cart with a bunch of shit on it?
No.
Scooter or something? Took a lot of my stuff, all my leather shit, took a lot of shit.
That probably means they've taken a lot of our shit, right?
Huh?
Now, mind you, they already acknowledged that they are not in the same storage unit, but they're so paranoid. This is insane. This is absolute. It breaks my heart.
What?
Are you a cop?
My name is Michael Calhoun. I'm homeless around the corner.
So you're a cop.
What you mean I'm a cop? I'm a father.
Well,
If I was the police, I would have came up and told you. That's what they're supposed to do.
No,
See, they come up and say, "Oh, sir, I'm working with the police department.
Oh,
I'm a
it's on.
detective." Then, see, so, okay, that's what they would say. Okay, when you get to be 61, you'll know what they say. Like when somebody want to kick your ass and shit like that. Like I'm asking you about some items.
And now they took it off.
They took all my shit.
Put it back on, guys. Put it back on.
And nobody knows what happened to it. But everybody got their shit. Okay?
that's the worst.
You lit the
But
light in
but
the
if I was the police, then what?
Don't hide.
You gonna leave?
I'm looking right at you.
I'm just saying, you can break all laws you want. The police don't care.
He's like fucking Delusions. Like, what the fuck is going on? I'm
No,
calling
the police do
him
not
out.
care.
He's hiding his face.
See, because you know why they don't care?
You guys, this is also police. Yep.
You know why they don't care? Because you're going to get out anyway.
One of the many ways that the police were gaslighting us that night was they were driving around these AMDA vans in circles around us.
But like I said, y'all didn't see anything, right? Did anybody push
No,
you in the
I
car?
did see something actually, yeah.
Did you know where they went?
Yeah, they went that way, man. I filmed it.
None of us went that way, so I'm gonna go that way, David. You go that way. They obviously went in.
No, I just filmed the exit
Well,
of the
I
fucking
don't know, I
storage
saw some
unit.
guy
Now.
inside the gate hiding. And then
Yeah.
he was stealing a lot of shit.
Yeah, right there on the left.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That was my stuff down there, yeah.
No. We just met.
Well, okay, check this out. See this building here? This is the whole block. The whole building is the block is the storage. You got the same thing on the other side, but it's the bridge. So it's this bridge right here. This bridge, the 101, it connects it. It goes up under it. It's lower. When you go around it, it's the same bridge. And it's, it's got cameras. I need to go in there and find out. But I just made it back. I went to Union Station and came back. You know what I'm saying? This is.
See, now it's normal. Look, it's normal. They're gone. They fucking did what they needed to do.
Well, yeah. Well, I need to find, but all my stuff is in there.
Are you still working? Are you still here?
Huh?
Yeah, you guys?
Tell me this doesn't sound like just a regular conversation. I just some of the worst situations. I agree. This is crazy here. This is really crazy. Everybody's involved.
No, me. I'm trying to find out who's going to step up because this is the third time it happened. They took all my stuff, and
You know what's really crazy about it? The hundreds of people confirming this guy's delusions. That's what's really crazy about it.
and I don't understand it, but this time it's going to be no ramification. It's just going to be like interesting. Hollywood is real interesting. It's different. It's a little different. But somebody boldly took my stuff. And then the people who's witnessing it is not saying anything. And then half of the people, I'm feeding them. I'm helping them. They ask me for money and everything. I'm on top of my game.
This whole thing feels like a fucking diversion. Or as I would put it, a devotion. Well, next thing you know, they're gonna say all the shit in my storage unit. The stuff I have to sell to hire a good lawyer. Everything like that is gonna be stolen now by police.
I understand that.
So did you just see there? He said he had a recording studio in his storage. And he shows you those pictures. But in the beginning, he showed us those same pictures and said it was from his apartment that they lost. I mean, this guy is really all over the place, and it is sad and it is scary that they are making money by putting this up, and there are people telling them that they're right. I mean, there's worse videos, but this is just the main one.
It kind of looks weird, but yeah, like first time in LA.
Bro, there have been I'm sure you're aware of this, but there's been a fucking parade of like 100-some people. And yesterday I caught some fucking cops being all sneaky in my storage unit. Looks like someone's finally leaving, so let's go into the store.
See, like he's saying that's his storage unit, but it's not. It's just a storage unit. This is all crazy.
Storage unit, see what's going on. Allegra!
Oh no, not a license plate.
Yeah.
This dude wants us to believe he was renting a Tesla. Extra space would penalize us and tell us we could only be on the property during office hours. So they're homeless, but they're renting a Tesla. Come the fuck on.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we told you that. That's office hours.
Yeah, no, I
It's
know.
almost 8 o'clock, so you're not even supposed to be on the property. That's why your code doesn't work.
You guys tell me any storage unit that allows people in after hours. None of them do. This is normal. But to this guy, it's all a conspiracy. It's truly sad. Truly sad. His name is David John Law. His name is John Law.
Oh,
So
okay,
you guys
yeah.
followed somebody in.
Well, yeah, no. See, there are all these like cops running around, and they're like trying to get into my storage unit.
Say it again.
Never mind.
You
Okay.
guys can't be on the property right now. You actually have to you only have access to move out.
Okay. All right. Okay. Ago or something, and then they're gonna pull me over and be like, "We got it. We finally got it," you know. And then that's that.
What is this thing?
But it's all just bullshit. What's up, babe? Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's not that. No. It's not that. Hey. No, stop it. Hey.
So now they drove off with all their stuff. They had a truck loaded with stuff that looked identical to the stuff in our storage unit. I mean, what do you guys think so far? Put a 1 if you believe that he is being hunted and framed. Put a 2 if you think this is a drug or mental health crisis. Yeah, and in an area like this that's flooded with homeless people, they would never be 24 hours. And it's sad that people are having to live in these places. Truly sad. Lots of 2s so far. Hey, Tater. Hey, Sandy. Crafting with D. Misty Day. Lot of 2s. Okay. Hey, Roberta. What's the 3, Ginger? OG London, fill me in. What are you thinking, girl? Why isn't anyone getting this guy mental health? Right. I see the paranoia, but do truly frightened people really publish their activity? I don't know. I'm going to show you more. I'll try to speed past this quicker. I don't want to lose your attention here.
There's a fucking wagon just sitting there full of a ladder and some boxes and stuff that we do storage.
So now you just heard him. He just posted that a truck went by with stuff that looked like the stuff from their storage unit. So they stole their storage unit stuff, right? Really, Jameson, interesting. But then you see right here, she's saying there's an effing wagon just sitting there full of a ladder and some boxes, like stuff that would be in storage. That's completely different than what he just wrote. You know what I mean? Like, that is completely different. He's saying they actually drove by with their stuff. She's crying because she just saw some narcs drive off with what looked like all of our stuff in tow. This is the DEA's plan B. They had a truck loaded with stuff that looked identical to the stuff in our storage unit. Now listen to what she says.
What's on there? There's a fucking wagon just sitting there full of a ladder and some boxes like stuff that we do storage. There's a U-Haul there. It's all a distraction. So what are they trying to fucking do?
It's all a distraction. So this truck with a ladder and boxes is a distraction. I don't know if I think this is fake. I think this is a true crisis. I think this is some type of drugs mixed with mental health. I think these two have lost their minds. Like I said, I've experienced this firsthand, and it is amazing what they can believe and try to convince you of. And unfortunately, these two have each other feeding these delusions. You heard the friend say, yeah, I look healthier because I'm not staying awake all night with you guys anymore. This is crazy.
Really, what are they trying to fucking do? Are they right?
You think they're trying to take Luna?
No, I don't know, but I think it's just part of it.
Let's go tell the guy, and we'll go fucking. We'll go tell him.
So this is who they think is part of it.
We fucking accidentally let their dog inside. Fuck it.
So now they're going to try to break in to the storage unit and lie and say they accidentally left their dog inside. They have made this their identity. So you think you're a 3 as well? You think as well that this is fabricated for clicks? Still homeless and on drugs and rented a Tesla. Small town, same story, unit broken in. We went straight to resale, found some stuff. Kids already playing with some. Wow. The guy filming this knows what he's doing. He does. He does, New Jersey Robin. That is true. All right.
It's okay. It's okay. Thanks.
We would find out later the police stole our U-Haul after we loaded artwork given to us by a DEA agent that we suspect contained illegal surveillance equipment in it. But that's a story for another day. So we're given artwork. He claims that he rented a Tesla and that his friend left the key or whatever, and then the police said they can't go back to the storage unit after dark. I don't know. It's so far-fetched, hard to keep up.
It's okay. We're not going to lose you now. We're not going to lose you now. You're not going to lose you now. It's okay, all right?
So they stole their U-Haul. So now they also have a U-Haul that was stolen. What the fuck is this?
Okay. So people aren't just looking from windows and like, hey, look down there.
So now even the people in the fucking buildings are involved. Ooh.
There's not a wagon full of stuff that was stolen. Like I was talking to you about all this shit that was stolen.
That's silly. Well, they've been trying to steal my dog from me.
Because they know that's what will really break us.
Now they're trying to steal the dog.
I've really cried.
Why things that you just didn't want to steal your dog because it's a big.
No, it's not that. They're trying to do something else. I don't know what.
Where's your dog? To be honest, where's your dog? Let's go take her from there. She can't be there.
Right. So this person, their friend, is actually having common sense and saying, "Wait, well, where is your dog? Inside the storage unit? You can't leave your dog there. Go get your dog."
Dude, that's fucked up.
It's not fucked up.
No, it's really fucked up.
No, she's exhausted. She's fucking.
I was talking about,
if they stole Luna, I'm gonna.
They're not, David. They're
everybody.
trying to say you stole this and you stole that or something. They're trying to fucking frame you. Luna's just part of it because that's what's gonna break us up.
What have I stolen?
Nothing. But they don't give a fuck.
So,
they want to
saying that
fucking squirt.
We need to take Luna from there.
No, I know. I was only gonna leave her there for a bit because she was exhausted. She has a bed there and it's warmer,
Right.
So occasionally, I'd leave her at night and come back first thing in the morning.
But is it even allowed?
Ilya encourages me to go check on our dog Luna alone. When I enter the parking lot, I'm confronted by this camera-shy undercover cop.
So now their friend made them go check on the dog. Yeah, you're leaving a dog unattended in a storage unit. Yes.
I'm gonna ask you one more time, and I'm gonna sock you in your face. Cut your fucking phone off of me.
He starts hitting me and the camera cuts out briefly. Here, he's knocking on the night manager's door because the night manager is a CI working for the police.
Please get your camera out of my face, homie. I'm not playing. I'm gonna bust you upside your head, homie. Get your fucking phone off me, man. Get the fuck away from me, bro. Hey, bro, get the fuck away. Did you hear me? Yo, get your phone off me. All right, bro. All right. Cut it off. Okay. It's off now. Hey. Off. Get the fuck out of here. No, I'm getting my fucking dog.
Bro, stop fucking assaulting me right fucking now.
Get your phone off me, homie.
Then stop
Get your phone off me, homie.
Get the fuck away from me.
Get it off me.
Get the fuck away from me.
Get out.
No!
Sir. I'm gonna mule kick you, homie. Get out of here.
Bro, I just want my dog. That's it.
Get out of here.
I just want my dog.
Get out of here.
I just want my dog.
Get out of here.
I just want my dog.
I told you, get the camera off of me.
Yo, bro, I just want my dog. Stop hitting me.
I was left with a severe concussion and still experience hearing loss to this day.
So what, if you smoke cigarettes, then you smoke fentanyl? That makes 0 sense.
As I'm being assaulted, Ilya is keeping Flus around the corner, away from me.
Like we're rich?
No, like
Or drug dealers?
drug addicts.
Okay, drug addicts. That's different from drug dealers. Drug addicts don't.
So they was asking you to get some or to buy?
No.
Look, so obviously, remember earlier when they were on the metro, somebody asked, hey, do you want to buy fentanyl? And now they're saying nobody said that. How do you know that? Well, because you fucking told them. This is insane. A U-Haul. Did you see that? A fucking U-Haul went by. And now that's suddenly that's their stuff. Look. It's just a regular U-Haul. You can't see inside it. And if you read the comments, these people are totally, hey, Noodle Mash, hey, everybody coming in. I'm sorry. Hey, Land of the Free. They're totally, hyping these people up.
There goes our shit, David.
Oh my God.
Hey! Look!
They walk around.
Look at that car!
They walk around all night looking for this type of stuff. They're driving themselves insane. Thank you, Crystal.
It's gone. This is on that truck, wasn't it?
In hindsight, I'm sure that if I had noticed the car that Flus is pointing out to me, a narc would have jumped out and grabbed my MacBook from underneath this bush, and then they would have led us to the LAPD.
It was on that truck. What the fuck just happened?
I am, Zan. I am.
What?
My dog fucking just beat the shit out of me.
I don't know who to call, David.
I called the police already and an ambulance is on its way. I'm so concussed, dude. I can't even fucking see straight.
Dude, where's her leash?
I couldn't get it. I didn't even know what to do. I just grabbed the first one and fine.
Good
I
question,
just
Laura.
ran up and grabbed the dog, and then this guy just started beating my ass on video.
Dude,
What did the security dude go?
I filmed it, yeah. Where are they?
I don't know. No one's around now. Why? Like, literally, why is no one around? Like, I saw this asshole walking that dog, so what does that mean? Someone said, license plate, bye, see ya, 500.
This is just like, I'm sorry, this is just like my neighbor that was on meth. It is so identical, it's actually triggering a little bit. It is so identical. A license plate that said this, that's a message that means this. It was insane. Yay, Tammy, thank you. This is insanity at its finest.
Dude, why did the truck just drive away with a bunch of storage shit on
Oh my God.
Like, what is this shit?
This was their backup plan.
David, is this what your grandpa did? Like, I don't understand. I just don't get what this is.
Hold on, here. Give me the phone.
Since I didn't notice the car driving off with what looked like our stuff, after Ilya arrives, the cop is given the green light to grab my MacBook before leading us to the LAPD, who are waiting on Hollywood and Vine.
They never got the dog, and then look closely again. The guy grabs nothing. Nothing. He grabbed nothing.
Bro,
Stop!
how are you gonna just
Stop
beat
right
somebody
now.
up like that, bro?
Stop! I said stop! Stop, motherfucker!
What you gonna do, bitch?
I fuck you up, bro!
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. If I'm losing your attention, I apologize. Now's the time to pay attention. This is where it gets really good. Really good.
Do it.
Don't hit
Do
it
it.
first, Ilya.
Do it. Do it.
Oh,
Do it. Do it. Do it, bitch.
Oh, wow.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Oh.
Don't fuck him up. Just wait for the cops. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming. They're right there. Yeah, you're not going anywhere, asshole. Fuck you.
What you gonna do?
Stop right there! Stop right there! You're not going anywhere!
Watch out!
Bro, stop right here!
Man, you better get the fuck away from me.
So the fire truck was sent to separate them. Sent to separate them, but did nothing. Right, you leave a MacBook in bushes where homeless people are expected to get taken, fool. Nothing, but he didn't grab anything. It's not that, right. He did, yes, but nobody grabbed anything. You could see that nothing was there. That he didn't grab anything from the bushes. Nothing. Nothing at all. You saw him grab nothing. This is what live streamers do now. The Scientology streamers do the same, harass people for a reaction. It's infuriating. I mean, would any of you acted any differently than this guy? Then someone talks Casey and Delusions. He's editing voiceovers, etc. after the fact. This is planned content. I really think it's meth and delusion. I don't know. You guys think he knows what he's doing. Very interesting. Maybe I should make a poll. But look, now we're going to pick up. Here's all the real action. Watch how he ties this all together.
Where the fuck all the cops at?
You don't get the fuck away from me.
Police!
You gonna fuck me up?
Did you guys see him mouth anything? Hey, Swindy. So good to see you. How have you been? Let's rewind that. Do you guys see him mouth anything? His mouth doesn't move. His mouth did not move.
Fuck me up? You really think so?
Do you think I'm not?
You fucking use a Satan, bitch!
I wish. Motherfucker, fuck you! Stop!
The most cop way takedown. What the fuck is this? This is crazy. All of this is crazy.
Stop! Stop!
Just like a real cop, huh?
Just like a real cop.
Get up off me!
Get up off of him. You're the one to just beat him up. What the fuck are you doing, man?
Now the whole plan comes together right here, guys.
We need help! Look, telling you go about your business.
No, I'm telling you, bro. We're gonna sue the fuck out of you. Fuck you.
Homie, go about your business.
You can't just fucking
Go
beat me
cops,
up,
bro.
assault me and shit. Fuck you.
Call cops.
Hold on.
Yeah, we already did. Oh.
Maybe you guys are right.
He
Maybe
is a cop, really, yeah?
You can't do shit, bro.
He is a fucking cop.
this guy's playing in it. I don't know. It's insane.
Go the cop! Go, call the cop! Call the cop!
So he's following them. They go down, and they end up.
He leads us right to the LAPD band that had been performing on Hollywood and Vine just moments earlier. Notice how none of these senior LAPD cops are wearing their body cameras. They took them off just for the purpose of setting me up.
We have it on film. He just beat the shit out of us. He just beat us up. This guy right here. This guy right here.
He beat me up. You have it on the video.
Relax.
Thank you, guys.
Wait. I don't need to be detained. Okay, why you ain't grabbing him?
You have looks like another backpack.
Is this your computer?
What? They both of mine.
Is it your computer?
Hey, we're gonna look at it when we verify it's yours. We'll give it back.
I'm telling you it's mine. Sir, I'm telling you it's mine.
He assaulted us. We have it on video.
Just step back and give me a little bit of space, okay?
Sir,
When it became clear to the police that the evidence planting wasn't successful, they sent in a group of cops who were wearing their body cameras to take my statement. I told them I wanted to press charges, and the police pretended to take the undercover cop into their custody. When I was in the hospital being treated for my injuries, Officer Solorzano called me, threatening me with arrest, saying that they were going to consider it mutual combat. I told him that I had a lot of evidence to the contrary, but that I was willing to go to jail as long as the cop who assaulted me was also charged. It's now been a year since all this happened, and we're still followed around and harassed by undercover cops wherever we go. They regularly try to steal our last remaining devices and make life in general very hard for us. If you like our content, please like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate how much our channel's grown these past few weeks. It helps us very much.
There he goes again, mentioning content and channel growing. You guys may be right. I was worried to be able to erase the evidence before I could get it out. So, mind you, this guy's being charged with child P.
Hey,
Okay, I'll text you the link.
Can we do it right now, though?
Okay, just hold on then.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I just had a lot of weird things going on my phone lately, and I just don't want to, take any chances on anything weird happening in the video, Really weird stuff,
All right, you're gonna hang with these guys, okay? We'll take care of you.
Okay, thanks, guys. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, guys.
I do too.
Hey, Ilya, can you get her to come with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, go get her, man. Thank you.
So you going in?
Yeah, we're going in. Yeah, for sure.
What happened?
No, this guy just assaulted me. It's the weirdest thing.
Out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Standing there?
Yeah, I had the video. I backed it up onto this other phone just in case, because, you never know. But, yeah, I was just standing there. And then this guy started getting all aggressive with me for being in my own storage unit.
Yep.
And then he starts just beating the shit out of me, man.
That's not good.
Not good at all, right?
You took a video of it?
Yeah.
Of it
Of the
happening?
whole thing happening,
Let me see
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Let me see what happened.
Yeah, well, right now I'm still filming, but I'm waiting for her to send a link to me so I can get it going. I don't know why she won't. It seems like I can't get anyone to send me a link to get this video out there,
How the fuck is anybody going to send him a link to a video he is currently recording? How? How would anybody else have that link? There's something wrong with this guy. I don't, you know what? Part of me hopes this is like faked for content. The other part of me, I don't know. It makes me angry.
I've been asking like 4 or 5 different cops.
He's asking cops for the link.
Who fucking witnessed the video.
So they have a process that they have to do, so they're trying to figure it out here. They're not.
Okay, just because I, definitely want to take this guy to court. It's weird as hell.
Do they have the guy in custody?
Yeah, they're supposed to, but I just.
So you want to go to the hospital?
Yeah, definitely.
What's going on?
Definitely. I got a concussion. My jaw needs to be looked at.
What did he hit you with a closed fist or with the object?
Closed fist, his boots. Yeah.
I know her,
Yeah,
Georgia.
he kicked me.
Heather?
Yeah, he kicked me right up the head, man.
Am I taking a look?
Yeah.
A little bit? Okay, yeah. So, no bruised.
Yeah.
How many times do you think?
He probably hit me 7, 8 times, I think, at least. Yeah. I don't. It was fucking weird, man.
You don't have any medical problems?
Not that I know. It's just.
If you have any problems, I'm over here right across by Sugar Shack. My name is Howard. If you have any problems and stuff, I'm right over there across from Sugar Shack. I'm a tour guide.
Oh,
But I've
okay.
been with LAPD, helping them out for like 10 years.
Okay,
All right,
Howard.
brother. All right, for sure.
All right, man. Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Another
Yeah, it's
homeless
weird. None of these
addict.
guys give me their. Yeah.
They're done handling their stuff.
All right.
Yeah, it's weird. None of these guys, the link to the video that I'm recording, yeah.
Hey,
The fuck?
officer? Excuse me? Do you think since I showed you that video, I could get your badge or your card and your badge number?
I'll get you a business card.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, man, this guy just fucking beat the shit out of me out of nowhere. Oh. Okay.
Goddamn skateboard. You all supposed to let me hit me with a skateboard?
I'm sure the security cameras at the extra space caught it too, so I mean they should be on. No reason for them not to be.
All right, sir. Well, we've got to get you going to the hospital. So.
Okay, let's go. Oh wait, I forgot the card. The officer's gonna give me his card. It's really important to me that I get that, you know? It's very important.
It's very important that we get you to the hospital checked out.
I know. Officer, would you mind giving me your card? Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
I don't know your name, but good lesson though tonight. Like, don't mess with that. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not trying to mess with anything.
I'm just saying, like,
I have it on video. This guy just fucking came out of nowhere and fucking started punching and kicking me, man.
You find problems.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Sometimes, you know, sometimes you can go the other way.
Dude, I was trying to go to my storage unit, and this guy just starts punching and kicking me in the face.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think? You think it's for content? Yeah? Let me make a poll really quick, and then I'll show you something else. Because it gets crazier. All right, we put the poll up. Do you think drugs and MH issues, the DA is framing him, or is fake for content? I'm very curious what you guys think because I can't figure it out. He even claims that the homeless underneath in the metro station are undercover cops. Undercover cops. Fake for content. Oh, interesting. All right, let me show you this.
All the people I've accused of being cops in other videos, they're actually all cops. The reason this guy's so believable is because he's fucking with us. He's well aware of how ridiculous he looks in his hat and cop stash with his wire hanging out and his cop shoes on. It's just like this narc who started drying his clothes next to us at a laundromat with his walkie-talkie and utility belt on the counter. Or this cop who's sporting a bulletproof vest while holding a water gun in one hand and showing off his crack pipe with his other hand. At the time, we were being stalked and harassed by a massive amount of police officers. And when I started posting videos of the cops that I was seeing on the metro, the harassment and stalking only got worse. The police definitely knew who we were, and they would fuck with us all of the time. Kinda like how the LAPD had their fake homeless narcs camped out in the entrance to their station whenever we'd go to file a report or try to learn the name of the undercover cop they pretended to arrest for beating me.
What the fuck? This is insanity.
According to a Thursday report in the Wall Street Journal.
So there's no incident.
I'm literally looking. I'm trying to pull up. There's nothing coming up.
So there's no incident.
The Los Angeles Police Department.
This van was parked right by the evidence planting that occurred that night. It's similar to the flash mob car that was at the evidence plantings a month prior, except buried within all the schizophrenic-looking ramblings are very clear messages written towards myself. All over the car, my initials and full name are written repeatedly.
Where do you see his initials and full name? Tell me this isn't nutty. I can't with it. It drives me nuts. What do you guys all think? What was everybody's thoughts? It actually makes me angry that this guy is monetized and making money off of all of this. He thinks all the homeless are undercover cops. He thinks they're all setting them up. He's claiming they actually put child CP on his computer. You name it. He claims they tried to say that they tried to stop him from getting to a CP court hearing. It is, it's nuts. It is absolute nuts. And his channel is growing. Facing 9 years in prison for child pay. Cops take credit for planting drugs. This month's greatest hits, and it's, you know, the drug that's going around, they're mixing the horse drug with the fentanyl. Notice the bad prosthetics. What? The creepiest cop. Narc school. This guy's going around town.
So some creepy narcs left a little package for us. In it, we have well, a bunch of things that we like, and some things that are pretty fucking suspect. So we use.
I mean, look at the comments. They're really telling him that he's right. I can't with it. I can't. Have you seen paperwork that he's really facing charges for that? Let me see what he did post something.
And it's the date of my jury trial, supposedly. That is, if there's not another continuance, which I feel like there most likely will be. But yeah, so yeah, right behind me is the jail itself. And I got here early, bright and early, because the cops were commenting on my videos saying that they were going to, or implying that, you know, they were going to do something to interfere with my ability to get to court. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but there's a lot that they actually could do to, you know.
So this was just the other day. I don't know. He might be in jail now. He might have been found guilty.
Keep me from getting here. Ventura County is over an hour away from Los Angeles. And, you know, it wouldn't be impossible for them to, you know, stage an accident on the 101 over an hour. So I'm here. It's my, they hid behind an intercom in the, you know, station right behind me for over.
I'm telling you, this guy's a meth addict. I've seen them. I can recognize them. This guy's a meth addict. I don't know how to look up his doc. I wish I could. I don't think he's lying. I think he's high.
An hour. So I'm here. It's my jury trial day, and I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know. Will I go to prison for a decade? Who knows? My public defender was trying to tell me that it's not a defense to say that, like, just tell the truth about what happened and say that that's not what happened, you know?
Oh, good God. I hope not, Melody. Oh, I didn't even consider that. I hope not. Oh.
And I think it is a fucking defense, because that's exactly what happened. She was like, you can't just go in there and say that, you know, they didn't actually find drugs on you or whatever, because that's not going to sound good. But that's exactly what fucking happened. I mean, that's the only logical thing I can think of to do. I mean, there's also a lot of other shady shit, you know, like that I think would be beneficial for my case. Like, for example, the first thing they did when they got to my place was they knocked down the security cameras and unplugged the router so that my Nest cameras, which were covering, you know, pretty much the entire house, my studio downstairs and the backyard, whatever, and would just, if I did, the warrant said that they could take all that shit and look at it, look through it, whatever, but they declined to. And I just find it so suspicious that, why wouldn't they want the video of me doing those things? Why would they just ignore that? I mean, this whole thing's been so fucking overwhelming, but yeah, so that's my legal situation.
How many of you think he is a child CP? How many of you think he did have it? I'm sorry, I think he did have it. Look, I just had this feeling that this guy is literally sick. Hey, Ronnie, and he has fabricated all of this happening to him to get out of it.
Situation in a nutshell, and I'm just trying to stay out of jail and get the police off my back. So I don't know. I went down to the ACLU yesterday and found out that after talking to their director of operations in person, that the ACLU has been trying to get a hold of me since March 2023 because they're interested in my case, which I knew they would be. But the police have been using cell site simulators to keep us from contacting attorneys.
Oh my gosh, the police are intercepting his cell phone. Do you? I would love to know if there's somewhere else, because this is weird. This is too much.
The press or anyone else for that matter that can help us, and yeah, it's all just a bunch of bullshit.
But yet they're not preventing you from uploading videos to YouTube exposing all of this, dude. Well, I don't think the police planted it. Sorry, I don't think the police pinned him out of nowhere and planted this on him. I don't believe it. I think every chomo says that. It wasn't mine. It was planted. You do? I'm curious about that, because some of the things he was saying, I was like, eh. But then the more I watched, I said, no way. For example, he does a good job at making himself seem real.
Hey guys, I just wanted to show you the dramatic difference the police make when they trash a city that employs them and pays them so well. Here's what the metros looked like all my life. Here's the metro during closing recently. All right, so this is North Hollywood Station at closing. This is what it actually looks like. Is they getting off or is they ain't? The guy in the top left corner of the screen is an acting teacher.
An acting teacher. This guy that's going to show over here is an acting teacher. Let me look at, and they removed him off the website. What?
Is they getting off or is they ain't? The guy in the top left corner of the screen is an acting teacher at the AMDA in Hollywood. Part of their campus was across the street from this extra space location that we moved all our stuff into. The same location that the police tried to set us up at several times. When we initially posted this video earlier this year, the AMDA took his headshot off their site. When he sees my camera right now, he starts covering his face. I'm sure he's there to watch the cops trash the place and give them.
He is in jail. He may be in jail right now. Hey, Infamous.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I don't know. This seems a little strange to me.
Like, just a little bit, huh? I mean, this is weird.
Like, for him saying all the conspiracy theory, like, with the cops intercepting and all that stuff. I know the cops are not all on the up and up in LA, the LAPD, but I don't know. He just seems, maybe he's got some like schizophrenic tendencies, like some early set, you know what I mean? Where that's why he's maybe a little paranoid, I don't know.
But why wouldn't they, if the police were intercepting his cell phone and his phone calls and all that, they would have intercepted this YouTube channel that was exposing the police.
Right. And you think he wouldn't be wandering around like that. If he was a techie like that and would know that, how would he know that if they were intercepting,
Right. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, in this video, he's claiming all the homeless that are living in the metro are all undercover cops. All of them.
Yeah, no. No. They do have some undercover, and they have police presence down there because there's a lot of people that get robbed or attacked, that people trying to steal their stuff, and there's a lot of homeless that sleep on the subway. They'll just ride the subway constantly just to be able to sleep. So they do have police presence down there, but not all of them being undercover.
Right.
That's crazy. I don't know. That's very strange to me. Maybe he just wants attention, he's just, I don't know.
Well, he's making a lot of money off these channels. I mean, off his videos. Let me see what the poll's at. But I like I said, I dealt with a woman who during meth literally lost her mind. She would tell
Yeah.
me that the TV was giving her clues. She would tell me the newspaper was, directing things to her. There were street sharpshooters and the street lights. I mean, it was nuts.
Yeah,
And
I have.
my
Go ahead. Sorry.
my biggest concern with it is if her family didn't intervene and get her help when they did, if instead she had a YouTube channel, if this was real, and she had a YouTube channel that had hundreds, if not thousands of people solidifying to her that her theories were correct, she could have killed her entire family or herself or
Yeah.
worse,
Yeah.
many people. So the
Yeah.
idea that if this man is not faking this,
Yep, like an early onset of schizophrenic tendencies, either because of use, substance use, or just because that's the way the chemical makeup is, happening in his head. But yeah, if you have people confirming it, it's very dangerous, extremely dangerous because yeah, people can get hurt. I had a friend he would say that the VCR light or the DVD light, like that was a camera and they were watching. And if he ever saw, like, if he comes to your house, yeah, he would see like the light in the VCR, the little red light, and he would assume that he's all, you got to cover that. He's all, they're watching. I was like, dude, you're tripping, dude. You're tripping.
yes,
But
that's exactly what it was. Yep.
and I learned a lot about what, some people have certain the chemical balance in their head if they are using it. Like they have, I learned if you have the neurotransmitters and all the, the release, of all that stuff. And so when you do a substance, people that when they go down the rabbit hole and they have these delusions, and they're seeing things that are not actually there, they're thinking all this stuff, is because they have what it is called that drug-induced psychosis, right? So so naturally they have like that, what is it, the epinephrine or whatever, that the adrenaline, that the one that makes you feel good, that pumps out into your brain to give you the happy feeling and things that make you. So what it does is it releases it, so you don't ever reuptake enough of that. So then they already have an excess of it naturally. So when they do anything that's mind altering, they go down the rabbit hole. I had a friend that she actually, I guess she wanted a yellow diamond if she ever to get married again, and she started doing substances. She was telling me stories, and she said she saw the street light, and it triggered something in her mind that she was on a scavenger hunt or a treasure hunt for this yellow diamond. She ended up on the neighbor's roof because she saw his boots, because he's like in the military or something. So you could kind of see through his front door, like where he would set them, like when he would get out of work. And so she was like, I don't know, just the triggers from the light, the boots. And she ended up on his roof, tearing the shingles off the top of his roof, looking for this yellow diamond. And he ended up coming home, like right when the sun was coming up, and caught her, and then all of a sudden she snapped out of it. But she was on it like for hours. She was on this little like mind trip. And yeah, she ended up going to CRC, the crisis center. But she said that she would even see the people that were helping in the crisis response center, that they look like her family members, like her sister and her mom and all that stuff. She was telling me some crazy stuff. I was like, man, me and you would have not been friends. I told her, if I would have known you when you were using, because that's crazy. That'll set anybody on a mind trip.
Right. The whole thing's insane. I don't think that I don't know if this content should be allowed
Reported.
or like it's scary. It's scary to think that if this isn't meant just for content and clicks and views, that this guy, like I said, is being validated in his insanities. It makes me
And
sad.
people that are doing it for negative reasons, or people that do, really believe it. Yeah. And getting confirmation is not healthy for him or anybody else. Very dangerous, extremely dangerous. That's crazy. I don't know. You can't see what his name is or who what channel or anything like that?
Oh yeah, it says his name and everything. His name is supposedly on here is John Law. That's the name he's using.
Johnny Law. Remember they call him
expose
Johnny Law? The cops? The nickname they call him Johnny, like a nickname. But maybe his family, maybe he's disconnected from his family and they're not intervening. That is, yeah, it's concerning. I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, if he's homeless and shit. You know,
Yeah.
it's like there are so many people that search out these type of problems, and they do so to give themselves a purpose. For example, I know many people like that Nick the Hat guy. But Nick the
Yeah.
Hat, and he's from my town, my state, my town, everything, my birth, you know, you name it. And he causes so many problems. Like he intentionally wants conflict with the police, and I don't understand it. And that's similar to what this guy does now on a much unhinged level. But like searching out issues, following this homeless guy, claiming he's a cop to the point where the guy says, "Get the phone out of my face, or I'm going to hit you." He gets hit, and then he's a victim. You know what I mean? Just
Right.
like they're searching for
And there's
problems.
not enough mental health like intervention, like like that how they were saying like people that are having a mental health crisis and the cops show up and things are happening because the cops don't know how to deal with it or they don't know how to or they just kind of brush it off and they're so used they become I guess used to or become numb to that fact, you know what I mean, because there's so much of people with mental illness that don't get properly like interventions, like people to help them or people that are experts or professionals that could actually help intervene with situations like that.
Yeah,
That's what's
but you got people also need to want that. And this guy comes across like he's not unhinged. Unless the police were seeing his content, they probably wouldn't realize how like delusional this guy is.
right because he seems so calm. He doesn't seem like he seems when you first if you were to approach you would just think, oh, this guy's just kind of like a loner or whatever, but when you continue to watch it just
Well, he does a good voiceover where he sounds calm and normal and but then you see the way he's making non-existent issues. Like you wouldn't look at that guy and realize there's an issue with him.
right, right. Well, like there's I mean you can
Thank
put it
you,
like
Christine.
in the
Sorry.
search thing too, like that Fuzi guy or whatever. He because he's bipolar and stuff, and he eventually just went unhinged because he was faking all his pranks. Like he was actually hiring people. People were actually like so like he would say he's manifesting all this stuff. Like Drake was going to come to the concert and all this and that, and he ended up like he called in a bomb threat because Drake was never going to show up at this charity concert or whatever that they were upholding, and he just finally just broke mentally. Like he had a breakdown, and he still kind of still has breakdowns every now and then. He'll get he'll get his care and his medication, and he'll be okay. And then all of a sudden he goes off on another mental break. But yeah, it's like he was he was making a lot of money off of those pranks, but they found out people were like being able to vet, like he was hiring people, you know what I mean, like to he acts like he's pranking people and he's really not pranking them. It was all staged. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
New Jersey, Robin. I think if he went to the hospital, yes, the hospital would have known he was on drugs, but they wouldn't have done anything about it. They would just
Yeah,
mark him in their system as somebody to not give drugs to.
yeah. And if there's nobody there, like you said, that cares about him enough to want to intervene, and then that's where you get a lot of these people that are shooting people, that are coming and shooting it in the schools, in the in the crowds and things like that. A lot of times,
Yeah,
and not enough of
untreated
the
mental health.
yeah. Nobody
Nope.
wants to interfere the gun laws, the political, I mean, we're all entitled to, be able to bear arms, but I don't think we need AR-15s out there in the street, especially with people that are having mental health crises like that.
Yeah, I agree.
It's crazy. I mean, if you're in the military, okay, I understand, but regular people don't need, what do we need AR-15s? Not you don't can't hunt an animal for that. You would destroy the animal, if it
Right.
was hunting and stuff. So I don't know. I just think that yeah, it's very dangerous. But anyway, I just wanted to come up and give my 2 cents.
I appreciate you coming up. I always enjoy when you come up on panel. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right, take care.
You as well.
Bye.
I don't know. I agree, saying if people weren't allowed to make content like this and we had better mental illness management in this country, we could stop this crap. I agree. Foozy Tube, Vitali, Ramen, Atwood, etc. I've been busted faking pranks on YouTube. I don't think this guy's pranking. I know that the poll, a lot of you do think that this is manipulated, intentionally done. I guess I can see why, but I don't know. So 33, only 113 votes. Cast your vote and put your thumbs up, please. Drugs and MH issues. is 33%. DEA is framing him 3%. Fake for content as 63%. Very interesting. Yeah. And that guy has 52K. Well, look at, JLR, Molly Golightly, Bullhorn Betty. They all admittedly said that they done things intentionally to get views. JLR did the whole faking, being the family member of the shooter, and you know what I mean. So, some people do this type of stuff to get seen. Some people were claiming another creator did a very gross thing just to get attention. So I don't know. Perhaps people go to that level of looking insane just to get a following. I don't know. Oh, yay. Do you want your camera off? Hello.
Hi, honey. How are you?
Good. It's nice to meet you.
It's very nice to meet you. I don't know what to do with this situation. The man seems like it's an act, and like, unfortunately, there are real people out on the street that are homeless and that are having problems.
Mm-hmm.
Because it bothers me that it can be so calm at certain. If he's on this drug, why could it be so calm when he's talking about his channel and getting the subscribers up, and then when he talks to the real police, he's so calm to talk to them. He's not like talking to them like it's like, oh,
That's
they're
very true.
undercover cops coming from me. You know what I mean?
He's not as frantic as the girlfriend. The girlfriend's actually frantic, crying. Look, they're following us. Look at the truck. Look, and he's more like, I see what you're saying. And funny, because you said that at the same time that Oh Snap Ginger wrote that. She said, I think the dude is going after people that has mental problems. Like he is exploiting others' mental issues.
That's what I'm wondering. The girlfriend may have an issue, but he's hanging around with people that have issues. I mean, if you're so worried about the police and you getting framed, and child pornography don't work like that, dude. I mean, the DEA, yeah, maybe undercover they might try to frame you like that, but that's not really how they work with child pornography. There's a whole system they do. But wouldn't like you be, instead of being so happy about how many people you have subscribing, why wouldn't it be like, somebody get me help,
Right, they're
get
after
me a
me.
lawyer. I need a lawyer. They're framing me.
You're right. You're very right. Instead of saying the police are intercepting him from being able to talk to attorneys, you'd be asking for the public to help you get attorney.
Exactly. He's not asking for any help. He's making it more and more. And everybody talks about everything that happens. If you're on that kind of drug, you're extremely paranoid.
You're right.
He wouldn't be everything when he talks about the situation and what happened next and what happened next. He has a trend of thought like he's reading from a script.
Well, and he probably is. He's probably filming all of this and then coming back and planning a way to manipulate it and oversound it, like the voiceover. Yeah, absolutely.
And
You're
that's the
right.
part that's bothering me. Like, and people's emotion when you do know people, like you said, your friend, there are people that are really having issues, and people who have real mental health issues that, are feeling the emotions and they're going to subscribe.
Right. So you know what? That's a good point because I was going to mention that the guy that decapitated his father and he did all the political ranting while
Yeah.
doing it. That this guy is feeding those type of people. So I didn't even think of that. Good point, New Jersey Robin. I was thinking how the commenters are feeding his delusion, but I didn't consider how he is feeding theirs.
Because we're living in a world right now, like I've never seen anything like it. I'm 70 years old, and everything's a conspiracy, and conspiracies sell.
Yes, they sure do. If I
Drama
put a conspiracy
sells.
if I put a drama title or conspiracy title, I get well more viewers. Look at the beginning. I talked a little bit of drama. There was about 350 people. As soon as I stopped the drama talk, we dropped down to about 250 and now we're at 215.
Right?
Drama sells, conspiracy sell. Think about a true crime case. Many people don't want to tune in to Gray Hughes, who's giving you straight facts with, this, this, and this. No, they'd rather
Exactly.
go over to this channel that's conspirizing.
Hmm.
And yes, you're right. It's
And I
sad.
have a lot of retired police officers in my family. And basically, when they started like Child National Center for Missing and Child Exploited Children, they actually have a command center. And those are all like those people went out and trained all the other TBIs, like the different state
Hmm.
FBI agents. And they all have like a command center of a computer system. So they track the IP addresses and everything. They're
Yeah.
following people that way. They're not following you on the street and planting child porn in your laptop. It don't work like
No,
that.
no,
That's where
no.
he got me right there. But if he was talking about drugs being planted, I'd say, well, maybe, yeah.
Right, but not CP, not
No.
CP, no. And the
Mm-mm.
fact that he's saying it was on a drum thumbnail or whatever, what's that called? A drive, one of those, whatever, those things that you
Fire
put
the
into.
sticks, yeah. The
Yeah,
memory
yeah.
stick.
He's saying it was on there, but he also already said it was on his laptop. So how would that have gotten into your laptop without you? Yeah, no. You know what? I don't even know if thinking that this guy's faking it makes me feel any better about it. I think altogether it's just horrible, and I don't know how YouTube is allowing. I mean, if you go over to his short videos, he literally has his Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, first thing.
Yeah, so why wouldn't he be asking for other kind of help? Like, I need a lawyer. I
I
need,
need
like,
protection.
exactly. I mean, I would feel bad if I'm wrong. Like, I mean, if the man has a problem, there's got to be a way to reach out to a crisis center to get him help because we don't want this guy to be the next killer on the street killing people either.
Yeah, yeah,
There's another flip side of that because if he is
absolutely
on
agree.
drugs, we shouldn't have him running around the streets like this.
Or if his viewers are on drugs and they're like, "Oh, look, see, they're doing it to him too. I told you." And gosh forbid, they take out the mailman one day because they believe he's an undercover FBI agent.
Absolutely. And in that second video where you showed where he was talking about the sub, the
Hmm.
metro,
Yeah, the subway.
it looked to me like it was the same gentleman that he tried to accuse of taking the laptop from under the bush. He had the same blue jacket on.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, is it just me or they both look the same?
I didn't even notice, to be honest. I doubt they were the same. Oh, they could be. I mean, that's a local homeless guy that lives there. You can often find homeless people down in the subways, especially at night.
But he was standing by police and he was trying to say he's a undercover cop
Yeah. That
by the metro.
I just think the guy's absolutely delusional, and it's you know, but like you were saying, headlines sell. Speaking of headlines, did anybody else see Plunder's headline
No, I
when it
heard something. I mean, I've always liked her, but I heard that she did something really bad, and I didn't get to watch her because I've been following the cases, in the court.
it was disgusting. Put a one in chat if you saw Plunder's clickbait.
Uh,
Tito saying the case certain channels milked for months, years was all conspiracies. Except from the beginning, poor girl probably drove into the lake. That's not Gabby Petito, it's Codley Rodney. But yes, you're right. You saw it, heard about it. Mm. The poll's still going. Is mainly people think is fake content. I'll close out 1 second.
yeah, I didn't see it, so I can't comment either way.
I can't candy kiss this, but if you turn your camera sideways, it should get bigger for you. So Plunder did a. This is for educational purposes. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But this was her headline: Pregnant, blunt head trauma. Audrey Cunningham. Audrey's 11 years old.
Oh
Was
my
just
word!
was just retrieved, and Plunder does the clickbait of that headline, and then says a commenter asked, "Was she?" And it's like, why do these people always? What kind of minds do these people have that they always want to go there with these children? We have seen it done to Audrey. We've seen it done to Kylie. We've heard it being done to Summer Wells.
This is
Why?
sick.
Absolutely sick. And what's even crazier about it,
Was it low?
36K views, 2.8K thumbs up.
7-year-old Audrey Cunningham pregnant at the time of her death? That's a question that was in a comment on YouTube yesterday, and
she, within the first 5 seconds of her video, found a way to justify that title. And I can't stop thinking about it. Really? That's what you're thinking about? Really?
They didn't bury this young girl yet. What the family?
No, right.
The family isn't even let her rest in peace yet.
Yep, and Bart's right, because she turned off the comments, and I said right there, she knew putting that up that she was doing something wrong when she turned off those comments. And it has about as many views as her other videos, but yeah, I mean, that's just
I did hear that in one of her videos that she was talking about. I don't know if this is the one that's upcoming. There was some mention about pregnant, but it wasn't like it was a whole, like a thing like this is now, a whole title.
Yep, a whole title, everything.
Now, Nancy Grace's was awful. If you watch Nancy Grace's coverage over this, she pushed on people to try to get information from Tim Miller if there was clothes found on the side and what kind of clothes. And
oh wow,
she was talking about sexual assault, and I'm like, lady,
that's what I mean. They do that because it's catchy, it's emotional, it's riding off the emotions of the audience. You know, like how disgusting. The autopsy is not even back. Her body was just retrieved. And this is what you're putting, this is what you want to think may have happened. What is wrong with the people that go there?
I don't know. And they got somebody put an autopsy out too of the findings.
Oh, wow.
Well, maybe not the whole autopsy, but the cause of death.
Yeah, all the information. Yeah, yeah.
Like the family don't need to hear this. Like, what if this is your child?
People
Would
don't. They don't care.
You creators do what you're doing if it was your child?
Well, you know what cracks me up about that? I was saying this the other day in Dee's chat when she was asking all these wonderful questions, such as, I was saying the same exact thing. These creators, of course, they wouldn't be okay with it if it was them or their loved ones. Some of them don't even like when their identity is revealed, but they have no problem invading the lives. And I'm talking deep invasion of people that are involved in a true crime tragedy. They will deep dive their relatives, their past, their records, every photo they can find. They'll Google map their houses. But don't you dare ask that creator to turn on their camera and show their real identity. They don't like when it's done to them.
We are not real detectives out here because we're in true crime. Let the police do their job.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's ruining investigation. And when everybody was speculating on Audrey, I was getting upset because let's say he did what he did, but he had her hiding someplace. And he threw the backpack over and everything so people would think she was there, but he had her held someplace up in a shed or something, and she's still alive.
Right. That's what happened to the little girl in New York. I can't think of her name right now.
I mean,
Charlotte. Thank goodness Charlotte was found that way. But yeah, no, they don't care. There was one creator that did more live streams than there were days that passed. So, like 8 live streams on that in 4 days. Just completely exploiting the topic, exploiting the conversation, exploiting the little girl and her family's grief. She was even allegedly in contact with the mother, but trashing the shit out of the mother in another chat. So on one hand, you're in contact, acting like you're consoling with and you're understanding and you're comforting her. And another, you're telling everybody what a POS she is. And here, the parents weren't even involved. So you just invaded all of their privacy and all that when they weren't even involved.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible. It is absolutely horrible. But that's what, and then people say, well, it's sleuthing or it's true crime or,
That's not true crime. We're only supposed to me, true crime is you're putting the leads out that the police want you to know. because
Right.
we're not on the ground. We can't do nothing to solve the case. We can't arrest anybody. We can't save the person. We're not going to be able to save the child. Let the police do their job. You're only hindering the investigation.
Well, another thing Plunder did that I found to be really irresponsible is somebody on one of the local websites, the local Facebook pages or whatever, they claim that their husband is LE. So they knew information about the case prior to, the police releasing the information. And at the press hearing, somebody asked the police, did he tell you where her body was? And made another comment that I'm not going to repeat because LE said, we don't want to answer that right now. We want to keep the integrity of the investigation. So what does Plunder do? To 36,000 people, she repeats the information that the police just stated they don't want to confirm. Does anybody care about the justice or integrity of cases, or just like the timeline when it came to Summer Wells? We know things were left out of the timeline. It was stated from the beginning by TBI that things were left out of the timeline. That wasn't for us as YouTubers to go fill in the missing spaces. There's a
Exactly.
they don't give us all the investigation. We are not fucking entitled to all of the investigation.
Just because I think the Freedom of Information Act was a good thing, but yet it's a horrible thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
I mean, it's not supposed to be. I think you have to sign papers or whatever, just like you can find people's background. When you fill out one of those things, get someone's background, you sign a thing on there that you're not going to share it and use it maliciously.
Right, but people do anyway. Absolutely.
Exactly. Now try to catch them when they do it.
And you're right. You're supposed to get the information out there factually. You're not supposed to have a goal of membership to be met that month, or mention your financial hardships during the coverage of a true crime case. It's just that's not covering the case. These people, and then I saw somebody say, and Deets, and I like the person, but they said, well, are YouTubers any different than news stations and news reporters? Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
they are.
There's a big difference. News stations and news reporters, they can only report on certain things. They're qualified. They took the training, the schooling to do what they do.
They get sued.
Right, they can be sued. They're held more liable. They're definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
Most importantly, they are certified to do what they do. They are trained to do what they do. Most of these YouTubers, these self-proclaimed true crime YouTubers, they're lucky if they can operate StreamYard correctly. That's all they do.
Or understand what any of the legal jargon is.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's great too. When somebody covers a trial and then admits they didn't follow any of the trial, what are you covering it for?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it just aggravates me. You just know that these people found a niche to exploit, and what we'll see now, because there's been a lot of headlines, right? Unfortunately, there's been a lot of news catchy headlines lately. We got Audrey, you got the little baby boy that's missing right now. So right now there's a spike in content for true crime creators. But what do they do when there isn't? Well, let's go back to the beginning of this case, or that's when they start making up theories and conspiracies to try to stay afloat. It is gross.
Mm-hmm. I think Plunder, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if she had the same name or not, but I think in the very beginning of Summer's case, was it her channel? She had another creator on there with her at the time. Wasn't she the one that had the lady just died, Allie's daughter or somebody on, or she had somebody on, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I'm just trying to remember. Somebody had one of the people on to start opening up this whole can of worms with Don and his sisters and
That was
bringing
Chris
up.
McConaughey, whatever his name is, Chris
Yeah, he
Madonna.
started that part, but also I think maybe on Plunder they also had something with one of Ellie's children on there talking about the hunter and Don and Candace and all this other crap, bringing out stuff about the way they lived and all. And I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
it says here a year ago she had Alley Financial Financial bank tries to find Summer Wells' dad and mom by calling a family. Maybe, maybe. I don't know. I just,
It was some creator that started all the stuff with Hunter and Candace doing stuff and the kids being essayed and all this stuff. And no one's got any proof of any of this stuff. Please stop putting essay out on our children.
yeah, it's
They
horrible.
they're missing. They don't have a voice. I mean, stop. I don't care, Like one of the first things I noticed too, they're like when that little 3-year-old boy went missing. Oh, they look well taken care of. They dress nice or whatever people are saying. They don't look like the kind of parents that would do that. But they're not a Don and Candace the way they lived. Listen, you can live in the worst house and have a horrible environment and still love your children and take very good care of them just because
Absolutely.
you don't have money and you're living in a different lifestyle that you or I may live in. Don't judge them by that. And you can have the richest families I've gone in their homes where the kids are being abused horribly. But
Absolutely, I agree. And sometimes, a lot of times, some of the people that are reporting those things and judging that way, they got fucking fly traps hanging in their house. You know what I mean? Like they have no business judging the way somebody else's house looks.
exactly, exactly. And that drives me crazy too. I remember one of my patients, they had hardly nothing. Okay. It was during the AIDS epidemic when I was a visiting nurse, and they were the kindest, caringest people. And they both had it, the mother and the father. And they knew they were going to die. And they were they didn't have much, but they would make food for me when I went there. And
Oh,
they had the most loving, caring family and children they loved. And they knew they were going to be leaving them. They were not going to be here no more. So if I was ever judged by the way they lived, that's disgusting.
yeah, yeah.
It pissed me off.
I agree. I completely agree. Being poor doesn't equate to being neglectful, and being rich doesn't equate to being great parents. I couldn't agree more.
And I remember I was living in this beautiful 3,000 square foot home and, had the Cadillac and everything. And I had a very bad relationship I was living in. And I went home after that day, and my ex husband complained because my son didn't put the cup in the dishwasher. I was
Yeah.
so pissed off. I think I left him a week later.
Wow.
I was like, you know what? Some things in life are more important than to worry about where a cup is in the stupid dishwasher.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I agree. I completely agree.
So
It's
that's
the it's the situation. I said the same thing when it came to, you see a lot of people treating Brandy, Michael's mother, a lot better than they treat the Wells. And I've asked why. What is the difference? Well, because one looks like they come from a lower income, place. They're drug addicts, and the other one's more middle class. The other one, likely resonates as somebody that could be your neighbor, where not many of us can relate to the Wells being like a neighbor.
but you also don't live in that area. You don't know.
Right,
You
that's the
know.
other thing. So many people are so simple-minded. They think they don't realize, like people that say like, "Oh, I don't," foreigners on the World Wide Web, like they think that everything they like even with the school shooter Jennifer Crumbly going to court, people don't realize they're like, "Oh my God, they let their son have a GUN." Well, it's common to have GUNs around there. It's common.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just because your area isn't doesn't mean it's not in other areas. You got to look at the where they live and what the neighborhood's like. And for the Wells, where they lived was like every home around them for the most part.
Yeah, when I was like, you know, younger, but my husband who passed away and we bought a motorhome, and I used to get 5 weeks vacation, and so did he. So we traveled to 35 states, and it's very eye opening to go across the United States and see different people live different ways right in our United States.
Oh yeah,
And,
absolutely.
and it's different cultures. Like we went into one place, I never even heard what an air freshener was for the car.
Right.
You
That's
know,
true. Yeah.
So
Not
it's like
everybody lives the way you think they live. Yeah, that's for sure.
exactly, exactly. But I'm not going to take up too much of your time. But I just wanted to say that was my feeling about that, and I'm concerned. Like, what will we do with this person? Like, if they really are on drugs or they have a mental health. I mean, could their channel be reported for somebody to check them to get them help?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure they could actually. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure. I look, people have done it to other creators. They send wellness checks and then
Mm,
people say they're swatting and whatever. But yeah, I'm sure. And I wouldn't doubt that the police are aware of this guy and his content, to be honest.
I
His
don't
last
know.
update was his court hearing. So maybe he was found guilty and he's in jail. I'll keep an eye out, see if he makes any more, new content. But
Yeah, or even if he was going to jail, or even if he got arrested, because he never shows you when he's getting arrested.
yeah, you're right. You don't really see. Yeah, you're right.
That
Or if
was
it's all
something
just
else.
fabricated. Good
That
point.
was something else that bothered me. Why, if you're gonna like say you're being persecuted, why aren't you showing when you're getting arrested?
Right. Good point.
And the whole thing with the police when they wanted to show where he was getting beat up, why couldn't you rewind and show him where you got beat up? No, you wanted to put the whole thing film out.
Right.
That was more important to him. His video.
Well, he's making a lot of fucking money. I'll tell you. 52,000 subscribers, all those views on his channels. If he's monetized, he's making good money. And then you have the people that give tips that are feeling bad for him and send him Cash App and Venmo and here's money towards an attorney. Let me help you. So yeah, I'm sure the guy is financially making off pretty well by his content, which you're right. If it's fake, if it's real, who knows? But it's dangerous. It's
Yeah,
absolutely dangerous. That's not up for debate.
yeah. I hate to see somebody if he is having a major problem that, he goes up on the street someplace and everybody, 52,000 people knew this guy had a problem and nobody did
Yeah.
nothing. That's a frightening thought. But
Well, and I'm pretty sure his channel grew rather quickly because at one point he shows in his one video that he was at like 26K, and then I think like a month later or so, 2 months later, he's suddenly at 57.
because it got a little bit more into the whole police going after him. I don't know.
Oh, he's actually at 59.2K.
Wow.
So, yeah. Well, and there is a hot environment right now where people like to say Ali's corrupted. We see
Mm-hmm.
it all and hear it all the time, and police are the bad guys. If you look at I watch a lot of police cam footage and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff, and a lot of people are quick to say the police are corrupt, the police are bad, and it's the
Mm-hmm.
environment currently. So like
Yeah, like
even
that.
last night I heard Tracy and Dietz and Claire, oh my god, they were driving me nuts trying to hear the audio that people are saying Turtle Boy fakes. I like at one point I'm like, you guys are doing this on purpose. You're purposely doing this. But they were saying how the police used a iPhone for the crime scene photos of John O'Keefe. And they were like, an iPhone. I'm like, well, to me, that's common. Like when I'm watching these police footage or, these investigative things, they are now using iPhones. They're not carrying around actual camcorders anymore. Like, so I
Mm-hmm.
didn't find that to be so weird, but it was a really good conversation. And it's amazing how people, depending on which way you lean in a case, depends on how you hear and perceive the facts of a case.
Yeah, and it's good to see like the people that I think if you want to just be like take a side one way or the other. I do like Melanie Little. She's an attorney at law, a New York attorney at law, who was covering neither way. You know what I mean? She just really feels like there could be a benefit of a doubt. So, but she wanted to cover all of the documents legally because there is corrupt police. She covered the serial killer in Long Island, where there was a lot of police corruption and cover up on that case. Uh, that's why those victims did not get justice for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, the commissioner and
What
the
case
chief,
is that? I'm sorry.
the Long Island serial killer.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of there's a lot of, I mean, there is in history, there is a lot of times where police are corrupt and framing. And like I said, I've experienced that firsthand. So I know there's police corruption. I just don't believe every time we disagree with a uh, innocent or guilty, we can say, oh, police are corrupt. I don't, you know, it takes a lot of people in today's world,
Hmm.
especially with all the cameras and all the, everything tracking all the time for corruption to happen at that large of a scale.
Yeah, and people like nobody like believed it. They wanted to go with the chief of police and the commissioner. So for years they were covering up stuff until they wound up in trouble and in jail. They're in prison themselves,
Mm,
and they didn't want the FBI and stuff in there to help investigate those what was going on to these young girls.
yeah,
Because they're like, well, they're just like walkers of the street. So
one of those things, yeah,
yeah, one of those
where
things.
they devalue the lives.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So anyway, but that's my theory on the whole thing. But thank you for having me up.
Oh, I so appreciate you coming up. Thank you.
And I do enjoy your show. And I haven't been in too much because I've been following you out of Montgomery. And like,
Isn't that insane?
I'm so glad they got called guilty on everything on that one.
I just wish they would have gotten Kayla. I think she got such a sweetheart deal that it infuriates me.
Yes, I wish they had put stronger charges on her so they could have
Hmm.
got her to talk, but lessened those charges.
I think her and Adam planned this out from beginning to end. I think he absolutely trained her on what to say in hopes that she would be found not credible and give his defense a defense. I think the whole thing was planned. I'm glad that he was found guilty, but I don't think she should be free. Um, but I do believe that she will never truly be free, and I believe that she'll likely get out in OD.
Mm, yeah.
That's what I think.
And I do feel so bad for the family because she's not getting something towards it. Like they could have charged her accessory or something, but they would have had no case whatsoever if they didn't have
Yeah,
her.
I know. People are saying that. I know. I get it, but it just still infuriates me.
It does. It
The
does.
Scientology audience, listen, like that one young guy that was beat up outside the Scientology, that duck kid or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was raining, it was dark, he had the umbrella, his face was in the phone, and he got assaulted. And everybody, obviously felt bad for the kid. I mean, how could you not? He's young, whatever. Everybody across the world, whether you are very familiar with Scientology or you know the bare minimum, the one thing you know about it is they are dangerous.
Uh-huh.
These people that are willing to walk themselves into dangerous situations for content, it's hard to be sympathetic. It's like
Yeah.
you are literally doing this knowing the dangers it entails, but the content and the money and the views are more important than your health. I mean, come on.
That's what I thought about with this guy was what's going on with the Scientology.
Yeah, I'm not following much of it, to be honest. I don't see the purpose in it. I don't think anything anybody calls out about Scientology is going to make a change with it.
Mm-mm.
But that's just me. I don't follow it too much.
I don't, but a couple of videos I did see. Like one guy, I guess he got arrested or whatever, and he got $9,000 put into his cash apps and all that night.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
$9,000. I'm like, I must
Yeah.
be doing something wrong.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm lucky if I get $9 cash app. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I mean. It is worth it to them. They are making all this money, and they're being
Hmm.
reckless.
Very much, and it's making the police job much harder. So
Oh yeah,
believe
that's
me,
the
I
other
back
thing
the
too.
blow.
And
I
then they
back the blow.
conspiratorize that the police are involved with Scientology because they're not showing up and da da da. And maybe they are, maybe they're not. I don't know. What I do know is, again, in 2024 now, it is extremely hard to be a corrupt cop. It's hard. I mean, you have to, the whole entire station has to be full of corruption, and even the higher ups for that to take place. It's just, I don't,
Yep,
I
that's
don't
why
get
I
it.
have.
Thank you, Jill.
That's why I
Thank you.
have body cams and everything else, and that's for their protection and for your protection.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking about starting up I when I do true crime videos, they don't get nearly as many views and participation and everything. But it's dear to my heart that many children that CPS has failed, Child Protective Services, Harmony being one of the biggest trending, sadly, situations of that right now. Thank you so much, Jill. I was personally involved in a trial where CPS failed a local little boy, and yeah, so I was thinking about starting maybe on Thursdays. I would do a video based just on that, a case where CPS has failed a child, and my hopes with that for two reasons, being in a crime community, is one to highlight that child and that case, but two to remind people that CPS is not something to play with because you're angry at someone. There's a
Mm-hmm.
current situation in another community going on. Many of you know Steph. Steph got in a fight with another person, and they got an old clip of Steph like supposedly snorting. Steph argued she wasn't snorting; it was clipped together, whatever. But the creator immediately said in her argument, "Steph, I'm contacting CPS." Right or wrong, her personal feelings, not my business. But I do know CPS is already so overwhelmed to not utilize them in a YouTube fight with somebody. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that happens so often, more
Yeah,
than
it's
you believe.
nothing to play with because there's a lot of children they can't get to. I had a situation being a visiting nurse where I had to go out to a family at 8:30 in the morning on a Saturday, and it was a drug war that went on during the night. And I
Mm.
had kids in there crying, and I had the drug dealer's head was busted open and asking me to be bandaged and all this stuff. And it was just crazy. And I was like, "You got to go to a shelter or something." She didn't want to leave. I had the police involved, the vice president of the company. I woke up everybody. And of course, I always got in trouble as a visiting nurse. But I finally got her and the kids out, and thank God I did because they came back. It was a drug war between two rivals. They came back and they were gonna kill everybody when they came back, but they came back and they cut a hole in the floor because the jewelry store was underneath that they robbed. Yeah,
What? That sounds like a movie.
it was my life as a visiting nurse.
That's crazy. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
so yeah, I'm familiar with CPS, but they weren't going to come because it was a Saturday. I'm like, you got to get somebody out here because I'm putting these kids in my car.
Oh my gosh, it is absolutely disgusting. Well, like I said, they are overwhelmed, understaffed, underpaid
Yep.
government program.
Hmm. Absolutely, but I was one way or the other. Those kids, I went to the police, I went to everybody. Those kids were getting out. So I was infuriated with the guy up there on the stand with Adam Montgomery and with Harmony's case saying, well, he got in the car and took off. You didn't follow that guy? I would have followed him. I would have the police called to check on the kid. I just got a call that this kid was hit.
Yeah, nope,
He didn't do his
nope.
job either. That pissed me off.
It's a shame, but so many people don't. We live in a very selfish society,
Yeah, very entitled.
very entitled. Oh my goodness, the entitlement. Don't get me started.
Yeah, no, I could go on and on too. So I'm gonna get off here before I take over your whole show.
Yeah, my little guy is looking at me. He's ready. But
Have
I
a good
appreciate
one.
you. You as
Thank you
well. Thank
very
you.
much, honey. You have a good one.
You as well. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Well, I think we will go ahead and wrap this up. I appreciate all of you coming with me this morning. The poll ended. Majority do believe that he is faking the funk for the content. Again, whether it's fake or not, it is dangerous, and that's concerning. I appreciate all the compliments towards my daughter earlier. Thank you very much for that. Thank you, Jill, for buying the membership. Thank you, Ronnie, for becoming a member. Thank you, Sandy, for renewing your membership. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you haven't, please consider hitting the thumbs up. I do appreciate a thumbs up. KNS, thank you so much. Thank you. But sometimes when you do call the cops, they do nothing. Well, I can cover the case that I was involved in. That's exactly what happened. They did nothing. CPS was notified several times. CPS was involved, open investigation. CPS had a set meeting that day. They showed up. They weren't answering the door. Turns out the boyfriend was in there with the beaten child. Text the mother. The mother said, take them in the bedroom and hide. They did. The next day, she goes down to the doctor's office with the baby, saying he's not breathing, try claiming he drowned in the bathtub. He did not drown in a bathtub. His body was not even wet. And the amount of bruising and other signs of abuse that this baby had all over his body was an image that will never leave my head. I will never unsee those images. I mean, listen, bless our jury, because the things that they have to see and live with, and that there's no, I was a witness. There's no like counseling offer for you, nothing. It's horrifying. But yeah, if CPS didn't leave that day, if they would have called the police and demanded, knowing they were inside, that they opened that door, maybe he'd be alive today. And I can't imagine how many cases there are like that. He should have never gotten Harmony with his record, his unstable living environment. He should have never gotten her. I just was watching another case of a baby that was murdered in the hands of her foster family. Here, the foster family actually grew up in foster care with the biological mother of the little girl. And they didn't get along. They didn't like each other. And some people believe, although it is not, for sure anything, it's not factual, but they believe that she intentionally offered to foster this woman's children to seek revenge on their mother. It is one of the sickest, grossest cases I ever heard. And what's worse about it is she worked at the local courthouse and the husband was a correctional officer, if I'm remembering correctly. So they're people of a certain occupation that we normally would trust, right? You would normally think somebody who works in a courthouse. How about the little boy? I was just all up in his case, the 15-year-old autistic boy that was tormented, starved to death by his mother and his brother. The mother graduated second in class at law school. She worked at the local courthouse. When I say to people that crime doesn't discriminate, that addiction doesn't discriminate, there is no address for crime, I mean that. I've sat in rooms, NA rooms, next to lawyers and doctors. And I've sat next to a homeless person. Timothy Ferguson, thank you. One of the most horrific cases I have ever followed. If you're looking for a deep dive into a insane, sad case, I suggest you go watch the trial of Timothy Ferguson. The police interview with the brother, the brainwashing, oh my goodness. But what's sad is these are the cases you don't hear about a lot, right? Because you can turn on your YouTube and you can see on your timeline 15 different creators covering Audrey, 15 different creators covering Summer Wells. How many covered Timothy? How many cover the children that go missing every day? Not many. You know why? Because a lot of you don't show up. Thank you, Killshot. Thank you so much. There is one YouTuber, one channel. Give me 1 second and then we'll wrap this up. There's one channel. Let me find them. They are a moderator, and I believe this is a reason they don't get a lot of views or attention, because who they moderate for. But every day, whether there's one viewer or not, you can catch this channel covering a case. And it's not always the popular headline cases. Let me see if I can find them on my subscription list. A lot of times it is, sometimes it's not. Yep. Here they are. Sweet Misery TC. I believe they're a mod for, and I know a lot of people may not like them, but mom puts 1 month old in the oven, 911 called dispatcher, eyewitness Gilgo Beach, baby found in garbage, Chad Dorman, Audrey, Adam, the terror in the Bahamas. They cover all types of different things, whether it's headline breaking or not. And I respect that. And look at the views, 53, 52, 57. I can go to my own videos where I cover true crime, and you'll see the same thing. Not many people show up for it. A lot of people say they don't want the drama, they don't want the crama, they don't want the conspiracies, they want true crime, they want something to listen to, but they don't show up. Bryce lived in the apartment above us with 2 kids. We had to listen to them being beaten, and we called the police many times. They done nothing because they didn't catch the parents doing it. Makes me sick. Well, like I said, PB&J, I'm going to start where what I was doing a few months ago. I'm going to dedicate one day a week to covering older solved cases in an actual video format, similar to where'd it go? I've done them before, like this one. I thought this was a great video. It didn't get many views, but I actually made it myself. I did all the investigating myself. I didn't take somebody else's content and just replay it for you.
Boys! Peanut!
On November 8th, 2023, a horrific scene was uncovered inside a Shepherdsville, Kentucky home after a neighbor discovered a 32-year-old mother, Tiffany Lucas, lying on her front lawn. The neighbor entered the home where he discovered 6-year-old Maurice and 9-year-old Jaden covered in blood, lying in a bed, and a gun laid on the bedroom floor. Police arrived shortly after 11 a.m., where Tiffany Lucas was immediately placed under arrest, and the boys were rushed to Norton's Children's Hospital in Louisville, Kentucky, where they were later pronounced deceased.
I'll give you the cliche answer first. It's part of the job, but it's the part that you dread, the part that you hope that you go your entire career and never see.
Anyway, you get the hint. It cost me time because I actually deep dive myself. Like, I gather all the information myself. I'm not just replaying other people's shit. Put it together, do a voiceover. But that case didn't get much coverage. Why not? Why didn't it? Oh, let me go find her again. What did I say it was? I don't remember what I said her name was. Dang it. I'll look for it again and put it up. Sweet Misery. There we go. Now, I don't know much about the lady. I just know I scroll my timeline and she is doing it. Rather, she has viewers there or not. So, I think that's commendable. Got domestic violence awareness when she first started her channel. Oh, that's awesome. So, yeah, like I said, people, they usually don't show up for those type of things. So let's be the difference. Let's make the difference. Let's look for the children that aren't getting much coverage. Let's not go for the cases that are just trending and popular. Object to my husband. He's pushing to be my co-star on this show. I think Josen and her husband should have a show, co-hosting together. I like that. Pink does that. And I like when she does it with her boyfriend. I think it's great. Very entertaining. Anyway, I again appreciate you all being here today. I agree, Angie Ray. I agree. If you haven't, please consider hitting a thumbs up. And depending what the kids' plans are, I might be live later. If not, I certainly will be live soon to acknowledge the stupidity of Brittany, the audacity of Brittany. Apparently, I was some random troll in her chat the other night. Get the fuck out of here. Not everybody who dislikes you is because of me. Not every commenter that disagrees with you is a troll. Not every troll is sent by me, and I'm certainly not the troll. I love how we went from that. We went from their granny's people to their granny herself. Ridiculous. Get a grip. You are strongly disliked across several boards. Don't forget, there's over 1,000 people watching for months as you were called a tragedy pimp and shown what a dry beggar and grifter you are. There are many people outside of Granny's support that don't like you. Accept that. It's like the whole mirror, mirror on the wall. Am I a tragedy pimp after all? That's the name of my next stream. Anyway, appreciate you all, except for you. Except for you, BJ. I hope you all have a great day. Poor little Eli and his mom, Jalissa, I think it is, saw something on it actually this morning. She thinks every troll is related to you, but she said herself she gets called tragedy pimp in every chat she goes to. Right. Well, I guess they're all, granny's people calling her. Even the one person was like, Brittany, I've been in your streams many times that she was apparently accusing me of being. And meanwhile, I'm like literally over doing a whole nother thing. Unbelievable. Bye, Crafton with P. Hey, it's that Abe. I hope you all have a great Saturday. I might go to the Amish market. If I do, maybe we'll get live. If not, I don't know. And if not, we'll be live sometime in the near future. I hope you all have I love you and you're such a respectful way. Can't wait till you come back on here and talk some more. Literally, you're a therapist. Melody, that is like one of the sweetest compliments I've ever received. Wow, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, gee, you almost got me. Hey, hippie. Bye, hippie.